welcome in, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. It's Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Let's do our very best to get our heads right on a Thursday morning. It's a roundtable Thursday as well. Good to see you fellas. Always feel a little bit better when I walk in the studio, get to see my friends. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. Good morning, Benjamin.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Not ready to get your head right yet.
No, I'm fine. I told everybody yesterday that was a really important game for the Padres to win.
Yeah, they lost it.
And they lost it. So
that's okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a bummer.
We have four.
Yeah.
Five. We have 4 hours and 58 minutes to delve into it.
Correct.
You know, and I get this message a lot from people. In fact, I got one yesterday that was very nice. Of just want to thank you for being a distraction. You know, this guy had DM'd me yesterday. He lost his father unexpectedly over the weekend, 59 years old. His name was also Gary. So that hit home for me. And he just said, man, being able to turn on Ben and Woods and laugh a little bit. And yesterday was a laugher. I mean, yesterday was a total laugher. And one that I walked out of here yesterday, I was very proud of. I was laughing all day thinking about, you know, what we talked about in the open and then what we talked about at 8 o'clock, cranking your hog and all that. I mean, I was in tears. And my neighbor across the street from about 100 yards, Woodsy! Great radio today, buddy. My man Ron, who is just the greatest. And so, yeah, the chance and ability and the honor to be able to come in and just try to make you guys laugh, entertain you, distract you from all of the terrible things that are going on right now. That's what our job is. Really, I think about it all the time. Like, oh, should we get on the air tomorrow? And sometimes you have to be serious, and sometimes you just come in and try to distract people from the real world, including ourselves. I mean, this is such a cathartic experience for me every time to be able to come in and laugh with my buddies and tell fart jokes and talk about Cox Cable and things like that. I mean, that stuff, that means everything to me. I'm so grateful that we have this platform and this opportunity to do so. So that's kind of where my head is at today. And I'll tell you, got home yesterday. I was gassed, and I don't know why necessarily. Had a good night's sleep. I've been sleeping much better, like 6.5 hours a night. Working out, eating much better. Feel like really good. Top of my game, I feel. But yesterday about 9 o'clock, I told you too, Benny. I told Adam, I go, I feel like I got hit by a truck. Like I can barely keep my eyes open. You expended a lot of energy laughing and things in the show, but I'm like, I can't even make it from 9 to 10. And I get home yesterday and no one's home. And I'm like, oh, beautiful. Not that. I didn't do that. I just took a nap. And so I laid down and I was listening to the most recent Howard Stern show as he has come back from summer break. Everyone thought he was canned.
Made a lot of headlines with how he did it as well.
Tons of headlines. It was really funny and interesting. But I put him on as he's my Ben and Woods, right? He's there to distract me. So I start to doze off and I'm sleeping hard for about 25 minutes. And all of a sudden, my phone rings and interrupts my nap. And I look at it and I'm so mad because it's an 844 number. And I'm like, what is this? Like some loan that I've been approved for that I didn't apply for?
Does it say potential spam?
Potential spam, right? And so I'm like, who is this? And why are they waking me up? Well, come to find out, I got a voicemail from the people that I was talking about yesterday morning. My friends over at Cox.
Oh, my God.
And I listened to it and went,
Now, was this a coincidence or a targeted call to you?
Let me play you the audio because I sent Paulie the audio. Let me play you the audio and you tell me if this was a coincidence or if this was a targeted
If
call.
you weren't with us yesterday.
If you weren't with us yesterday.
Just quickly to recap, Woods was complaining about some weird audio on his cable system.
It was more of what a weird thing that's happening. The TV in the living room is only in Spanish on a few channels. Now this morning, as of this morning, it's gone completely. Nothing works. You can't get any channel. We did a hard reset. We did 3 hard resets. Now there's no cable.
Going the wrong direction now.
Correct. Now in the living room, there's nothing. You go into my bedroom, watch anything you want. Everything's perfect. You go into my office, anything you want. Hannah's gym, everything is perfect. The living room, where the family mostly resides and has the TV on, nothing. You get nothing now. So I wake up to this voicemail.
Hi, this message is for Steven. Steven, this is with Cox Communications Executive Office. It's been a couple years since we spoke, but it's been brought to my attention that you are speaking my language and I need to reach out and see what's happening. As noted in your podcast this morning, I have some field.
As noted in your podcast? Hang on. I want to hear that part again.
Yep.
It's been a couple years since we spoke, but it's been brought to my attention that you are speaking my language and I need to reach out and see what's happening. As noted in your podcast this morning, I have some field supervisors noting that they heard you needed some help. So if you could give me a call back, my direct extension is the last time we spoke was September of 2022. So give me a call. We'll see what we can do. We do have field escalations on hand waiting to come out and fix you up if they need to, if we can't get you fixed over the phone. Give me a call one more time. My name is and my direct number is. Thank you, Stephen. Hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
I like as Kurt says, it's been brought to my attention. Paulie,
speaking my language. It's been brought to my attention.
I am a wreck.
Like I've heard you've had some problems.
Sounds like Karen's getting a little attention over here.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
Did you steal any baseballs from any kids while you were?
So there's no doubt about what happened. A tier 1, a field supervisor. So someone's out in their truck.
Oh my God!
Listen, working for Cox and listening to Ben and Woods. Here's this rant and calls the corporate office and goes, Someone needs to address this because we're about to lose a fairly, big customer here in the North County. Can someone reach out to Stephen Woods, look up his account information, give him a call because he was railing on our service this morning on his podcast or / radio show.
Went full. I did. I went full Karen. I mean, I guess I did. I mean, if you think about it,
you wanted to speak to the manager.
I really did.
And the manager ended up hearing your complaints and
Careful
called
what you wish for.
Now, here's the conundrum.
Did you reach back?
No.
So
I woke up this morning and Hannah was like, now the TV doesn't work at all. And I'm like, all right. Did you reset it? Yes, I reset it. All right. Well, what do you want me to do? I want you to fix it. I go, well, I want you to fix it. I want you to take charge of this. I don't want this right now. I've got T-ball. I've got football practice. I got all this stuff. I don't want to handle the cable and the internet. She goes, well, we're paying this much money for this. And I go, look, number 1, you're not paying. I'm paying. It's out of my account. So that's 1. Number 2, I said the need to have to take all the boxes back and like get all new service and set it up and the passwords and everything. I go, I don't want to do this. And I go, I find it amusing that you treat me most of the time like I'm some incompetent boob. But with this one, the internet of the home, you're like, the cable. Oh, I want you to handle it. You're better. Both of us we're at a stalemate right now. It is a full-on stalemate. I'm like, I'm not doing it. She's like, well, I'm not doing it either. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, it's not happening. But now she's like, well, I want to go to another company and I want to do this. I go, well, go ahead. But we're at a stalemate. And so now though, when you get a VIP call like that, I have to call her back and let Cox come back and give them the chance to make it right. Correct? Because I feel like maybe I could get a decent deal out of it. Right?
I know what you're saying, but you're not going to feel great about the way it transpired now, right?
Oh, I feel great about it.
Oh, you do.
As long as they fix it. And
don't you feel it's unfair though that everybody out there doesn't have a wide-ranging podcast that they can?
I don't have a wide-ranging podcast either.
Yeah, but they think you do, and that's all that really matters is what they think. And you're getting special attention that everybody else is not getting.
I didn't ask for that special attention.
No, you kind of did.
No, I didn't.
You kind of did.
Never did I say.
No.
If anyone from Cox is listening, like, I don't work that way. I'm not out here trying to get a free roof put on.
You know what I mean?
I know.
I believe that you.
I'm not looking for.
I believe that you weren't intending to cause that phone call, but you can't deny that you did.
I can't deny that I did, but I'm not like some TV hosts in town. Anybody got a restaurant they want to feed me and my family at? Anybody know any good free parking? I'm not that guy. I don't do that, I don't.
It's been brought to my attention that you are speaking my language, and I need to reach out and see what's happening, as noted in your podcast.
You interrupted her day. That was not on her. That was not on her schedule of things
she
to do.
She poured
today.
a cup of coffee, sat down at her desk, and some tier 1 came in and was like, "Excuse me, ma'am,
what's just crushing you guys right now?"
There's this guy on the radio that I listen to, and you might want to give him a call based on the first 20 minutes of their program today.
That was not my intention. My intention was to tell the funny story about how I can only watch Padres games in Spanish on one channel in my living room. That literally is the only thing. And let's be honest, I also wanted to say Cox cable profusely on the radio, if I'm being honest, and we did. So I just don't know what to do now. So now my wife just says, I want Spectrum, I think. I definitely don't want Cox anymore. Yeah, we know. She made it very clear. So now I'm at a stalemate with my wife. My inclination, Ben, is to call this lovely lady back and say, sorry.
You have to.
I have to. Because that's nice. That's what you want, right? If you pay a good amount of money, you want them to take good care of you.
You should call her immediately after our 5th hour today.
Yeah, I should, on the drive home. What would you do? I mean, I know what you would do.
Here's what I would do. And I'm not proud of it either. I just basically go, do we really need to watch TV in the living room anymore?
That's what I wanted to do. I said to her this morning, you know what I said? You know what I said on the way out? Because the kids get up, they amble in, they get their breakfast, they wake up for school, and Hannah's got Bluey or something on the TV. I go, put out an iPad. How about that? Just set up an iPad.
Imagine Ben's son comes down. Hey, can we watch the game tonight?
No.
And Ben's like,
Let's
no.
watch on your phone. It's fine.
We don't have cable anymore, but we can go out.
We still have cable. It just doesn't work in every room in the house. I mean, there's other rooms. There's other places. I put off.
Ben would be like, does anybody know any good bars where I can watch the game?
I put off little tiny things at the house longer than I should. When you have like ceiling lights, and there's like 4 of them, and then one goes out. It's like, I'll get to it later because I can still see the light's still going. And then
3 years will go by. 3 years,
and it's like it's getting a little dim in here, but we can get by for now. And then the third one goes out, and he goes, "All right, I should start thinking about changing these light bulbs."
It looks like a porno shoot, and there were 3 lights. 3 lights are gone. There's one dim light,
and then the 4th one goes out, and I change all 4 of them because now I have to. So it really, unfortunately, I wait until I absolutely have to before I really do anything that I need to do around the house.
And it's funny, dude, because now Hannah has her mind made up that she wants something else. When in reality, this could be the better deal, and we could get better service in the long run. And I don't have to completely change companies. So and so what I will go home and tell her, and she's listening now, I'll handle it. And I'm just going to call her back and let her see what she can do to make it right. And you guys know me. You know me. I'm not that guy. I am not that guy to be like, I don't know. Our wife and I are we're in the market for a new patio in the backyard. So if anybody has any ideas, that's not how we roll.
If you were a real dude, you just build your own cable service at home, and you wouldn't have to rely on Cox or Spectrum or anyone else. Just do it yourself.
JW says, well, us lowly subscribers have to go through 47 phone calls, 197 transfers, just to be told to bring our equipment back. You're going to get service at your door. Yeah. And Eric actually nailed it. Eric says, Woods is going to end up paying more for Cox at the end of his call. It's true. I will end up paying more for that, but I think I will definitely call her back, at least do her it was nice of her to reach out. And That means a lot to me. I like customer service, right?
Sure.
I'm a customer service guy. I DM all you clowns back that DM me every night. I'm a customer service guy myself.
All right, how about this? If anybody else out there, any tier ones, also needs immediate customer service from Cox, let's compile a list, and Woods can
call in now.
Can when he calls later, can say, can you also call this person, this person, this person, this person, and give them the same service you're giving me?
And I know so many of you out there. I hear from you all the time. We do this at least once a year about cutting the cord. I'm unable. I'm not ready, and I'm not able to do it. I cannot let go. This is it's my classic car in the garage that I've put so much into that makes me feel comfortable. That's what cable is for me. If you take it away from me, Ben and Paul, I don't know what I'm going to do. The panic of, how do I see Notre Dame play? How do I watch this big Ravens-Bills game? How do I do this? How do I do this?
Apps.
So I just don't.
Quite easily.
Sign
in one time.
Then I have to get those apps on my TV.
Yes,
Smart
you do.
TV.
And then
Smart
you
TV.
have to
They're already there, actually,
you have to
but
go
it's
up
fine.
there and take a picture of it and then hit the link, and you got to have your password saved. I'm not ready, guys. I'm not ready to let go. I'm not ready. It's an old t-shirt. I just can't let it go yet. It's got holes in it. It's fading away. I cannot let it go. I am going to tell you right now, I'm 50 years old. I may have, God willing, 25 years left. I'm never going to be without cable. Never. I could be on Social Security on a fixed income, and I'm still going to have cable. I just won't eat. I will not eat. I cannot do it. I'm never going to do it. It's not an option for me, so don't suggest it. I'm not going to get a jailbroken Fire Stick. I'm
not going to. Yeah. So quit asking.
It's never going to happen. The day I cut cable is the day I die. That's going to be the day I die. My wife is ready. She's ready to go. We're not done with cable. I'm calling Cox back today, and we're going to get it right. We're going to make it right. We're going to do it. I fear change, Carlos. You are right. I cannot let go. I'll be a mess without it.
One day you'll be forced into it because you'll wake up and there just will be no more cable.
It's in German. Everything's in German. I'm like, I've had it. It's the last straw. All right. So she says it's over. Get ready. Then you handle it, babe. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm going to be such a mess. But so that was the voicemail that woke me from my slumber yesterday. So it was kind of interesting, but I loved that phone call, man. Arthur says, I'm a male Karen. I'm accustomed to being treated like a king. I'm not. I really don't. I don't expect to be treated like a king at all. Do you see who I married? It's the exact opposite. I don't expect to be treated like a king. I really don't. I thought it was a funny story because it was. And then this made it even funnier. I promise you. I have never complained at a restaurant, ever, once. I've never complained anywhere. Never. I laugh at those people that go in. Paulie, you see it. We're together, and anytime we go anywhere, I get stuck behind the guy complaining, and so I don't do it.
All right, here's my solution.
Oh.
Take all the money that you would have paid Cox this year, an exorbitant amount, because you self-admitted, right?
Yeah, let's see.
Take all of that money, give it to Paulie. Paulie will then come over to your house and set everything up for you and keep whatever's left over, which I'd imagine is going to be a considerable chunk that Paulie will then keep. He will give you 10 in-service sessions, and you will have no problems after it's all done. Paulie, you're going to make off like a bandit.
I'll give you a stamp card every visit, and the 10th one's free.
$4,200 a year.
I would walk away with a decent amount of
$2,500 easily. Yeah, Eric says he's horrified when his wife starts complaining at a restaurant. He just can't do it. I can't do it either. I cannot do it. I've eaten hair in my salad. I'm like, I ordered chicken. I'll eat it, whatever. I'm not a Karen. I swear to God. I swear I'm not. But again, I just want what I pay an exorbitant amount for to work. I don't think that makes you a Karen. I want it to work. It's in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I want to watch the Padres, and it's in Spanish, and I can't get it off, and now it doesn't work entirely.
Duolingo. Just sign up for
Duolingo. You get another app.
You can understand all the Spanish.
If anybody works for Duolingo, give Woods a call after the show.
Hey, I was looking to learn French. If anybody has any ideas. God, I'm telling you. So that, no, I mean, I guess it's already been decided. No more cable.
It's out of your hands now.
It is, apparently.
You could have done something about it. You waited too long, and now it's out of your hands.
Out of my hands. Sorry about that, everyone. Princess Woods. Yeah, I saw it.
Wild.
Well, we'll continue updating you on the ongoing saga of Cox Cable at the Woods home as further developments warrant. Right now, though, let's check the traffic early on a Thursday with Kelly Danick. Then we'll come back and set the menu for our morning that'll last until 11 a.m. today.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Good morning. We're off to our usual quiet start on the freeways. One thing to watch out for, south on 5 past 28th Street. There's a crash involving a car and a pickup truck there over to the right shoulder. Kind of going against the commute, not really causing any slowing, but just be aware of it. South 5 just past 28th Street. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
There's both some very good and some bad in last night's 2-1 loss to the Cincinnati Reds. We'll get into it. Our Padres Wrap-Up highlights coming up in our next segment, and we'll discuss Nick Pavetta's performance. We'll discuss Jackson Merrill not getting a bunt down early in the game. I know
he got it down.
Well, he got it down, but not successfully in what he was intending to do with it.
That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that he even squared to bunt in the 4th inning. That's the issue for me.
I was shocked.
Incensed.
And maybe I shouldn't be shocked.
That's the point right there.
I
right
was
there.
Shocked.
That's the point, that it doesn't shock you, and it absolutely should. It absolutely should shock you. And there is a small ball mentality that has invaded our fan base and that clubhouse like a flu. And it is running through the San Diego Padres right now. It's a flu, and there's no way to cure it right now. So that's what I want to talk about for sure.
We will get to that, and then we'll have all of our regular features on a Thursday. Don't do this. We got Real or Fake on a Throwback Thursday, your opportunity to qualify for that trip to the Sphere in Las Vegas to see the Eagles coming up at 8:20 this morning. Paulie with his Reindl Report headlines. We have our NFL Threesome. Second week of the season, week 2 of the NFL season. We'll talk a little football coming up in our 9 o'clock hour. Plus, our Thursday guests in season, Sammy. Saw him again yesterday when I was down in the Padres clubhouse. He will join us at 7:35 this morning, and some smart baseball with Eno Sarris at 8:35 as we head into the final 2.5 weeks of the Major League Baseball season. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty. Just 16 games remaining for the San Diego Padres, and the mountain that they now need to climb to catch the Dodgers is formidable. And unfortunately, the Dodgers won yesterday, which means the Padres are now 3 games back in the NL West. Of course, they do not have the tiebreaker, which means they need to make up 4 games in 16 tries. Tough to do over the rest of the season. They're going to have to do something pretty special at this point if they're going to win the NL West. But the playoffs, well, they're still in pretty good shape. We'll update you on the standings and what happened around the rest of baseball as well. It's all coming up this morning, leading up to our roundtable at 10 a.m., 10 to 11, commercial free. But coming up next, the highlights, the lowlights, the Padres Wrap-Up with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, as you're getting ready for your sports weekend, Prize Picks is the way that you can play along with all the games you're watching and set your own daily fantasy sports lineups with the opportunity to win real money. Prize Picks has now been around for a while. I've been doing it for more than a year. There are millions of users, billions of dollars in awarded winnings with Prize Picks. It's become pretty commonplace now. And if you it's something that you enjoy, you can do it quickly, easily, and it's a lot of fun. Just download the Prize Picks app, and when you do so, use the code KWFN. You're going to put your first $5 in, and then they're going to give you $50. So 10 times your money to start playing and setting your own daily fantasy sports lineups just by using the code KWFN. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. It's all a stat projection. So, you'll get a number yards, receiving, total receptions, RBI plus runs plus hits if you're watching baseball, and then you pick more or less between 2 and 6 players in your lineup. They'll show you what the the numbers are, how much you can win. That's how it works. It's really simple. Hey, everyone likes being right with Prize Picks. You can actually win real money by being right with your sports knowledge. It's a lot of fun. Check it out today. It's Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Went down to the clubhouse before the game yesterday.
God, you are
for
such
Channel
a
10.
hustler, man.
Yeah, working. Just,
Look
doing
at
the
you.
working man bit. I was trying to do a story. Well, I was doing a story on all the home run robbing catches by Fernando Tatis Jr. And I thought, well, let me see if I can get a soundbite from Fernando talking about, the catches and, just whatever, just get his thoughts on comparing them. It's 4 of them in 27 games at Petco Park. It's nuts. We talked about it yesterday.
Is it more home run saving catches than home runs in 27
I think
games?
so.
I think that's
one more home run saving catch than actually, although maybe yesterday's ties him now up at 4-4. But with the earlier start, guys were coming in at different times, and I never saw Fernando Tatis Jr. You have a window in the media. There's a clubhouse open availability that they'll send you out every single day. They'll let you know, okay, the clubhouse is going to be open to the media from 2 to 2:50 today.
Right.
So it's usually a good chance you'll run into most players. They're there arriving, getting, changed for stretching and batting practice, but you don't always see them. They may be already there getting treatment, or they may be in the lunchroom. And if you don't see them during that availability, you probably missed your chance to get a soundbite. So I'm waiting there around Fernando's locker, and I start realizing, all right, we're about 2/3 of the way through this open media. He may not show up. How do I pivot? So I started thinking, well, who were the pitchers that benefited from the home run robbing catches? Maybe get their perspective. And it was Jason Adam.
Yep.
Did not see him. Saw him on Monday with his big brace post-surgery, but did not see him yesterday. JP Sears, no longer with the San Diego Padres. He's in the minor league.
Yes.
So I knew I wasn't going to run into him. Dylan Cease was one of them, but I couldn't think of it at the time. I was asking, like, Sammy, do you remember who the 4th pitcher was? But I could not remember, but it was Dylan Cease. And of course there was Michael King. Well, fortunately, Michael King walks in.
Sweet angel.
He's such a nice guy.
He is the nicest guy.
And I walk up to him, and I know there's other, Mary Lou's wants to talk to him about his performance yesterday. And I say, Michael, I have one question for you if you've got a chance. And he goes, what's the question? And I go, I want you to take me through emotionally what it's like to be the pitcher when Fernando robs a home run. And he goes, oh, okay, that's cool. So I turn on the camera and I go, okay, so what does it feel like? And he goes, well, first you have your heart sinks because I thought I gave up a home run.
Sure.
Like I thought I gave up a home run.
You did.
So then I look and I see Fernando, I go, what's Toddy doing out there? Like, like he's got no chance at this. And then he jumps and you still think, I don't think he catches it. It's just like, it's too much to hope for. There's no way he caught it. And then you see that he catches it and you're like, oh, it's like relief. Like, you're thrilled, but it's mostly relief.
Yeah.
And then about one beat later, I'm angry again because I really gave up a home run.
Yeah.
And I know I gave up a home run.
Wow.
And it was only because of this amazing catch that I'm not now down 4-0. And then I get back to the dugout and I give him just the biggest hug when we get back to the dugout and thank him for saving my bacon there.
It was
essentially,
great.
It was great.
He's such a good dude.
Such a good answer.
Such a good guy. Such a good guy. Yeah, let's, where do you want to? You want to do the crap up or do you want to just start talking?
Well, I think we're ready. Yeah, we're ready for the crap up. All right. The highlights, the lowlights with Jesse and Bob coming up right after a check of traffic with Kelly Danick here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This traffic report is driven by Sedano Ford and Sedano Lincoln in beautiful downtown La Mesa. Had a crash involving a car and a pickup truck southbound 5 right past 28th Street. It's over the right shoulder. Fortunately, no other incidents or accidents to mention. The September to Remember at Sedano Ford in La Mesa is going on now. Feel like family with Manny Sedano, who is a Marine vet and car matchmaker extraordinaire. Get a Ford Mach-E Select for $285 a month and $1 down. For more details about these offers, visit SedanoFord.com. And Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
Oh, a shame indeed.
I couldn't agree more.
Here are the lowlights from yesterday's game.
What the heck happened?
Are you kidding me?
Can't even believe it. It's the
Padres Wrap-Up.
presented by Hamul Casino Resort, the Players Place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the bump and figure it out.
Here's the 7th pitch of the at-bat. And Tatis hits it in the air to deep left field. Hayes is back at the wall. It's going to go! Number 21 for number 23. And the Padres find the first run of the night off the bat of Fernando Tatis Jr. This one hit in the air to very deep left field. Laureano is back to the wall, measuring it up. He leaps up, and he made the catch! Oh, Ramon Laureano! 1-2. The pitch to De La Cruz, muscled into right field. That's a base hit. Fernando charging it. Friedl rounding third on his way. Here's the throw to the plate. The tag. He saved. Oh, it was close. Friedl slid head first and apparently just beyond the tag of Elias Diaz. What a throw from Tatis. Tie game 1-1. First pitch, and Andujar lines it into left field. Laureano charging straight in, has to play it on a hop. De La Cruz will score. Laureano drops the ball. That's going to allow Hayes to go all the way to third base. And a pinch hit RBI single for Miguel Andujar has given the Reds their first lead of the night. It's 2-1. 2-2. Santillan delivers, and Sheets lines it the other way. A fair ball up the third base line. Going to roll all the way towards the left field corner. Hayes slides to cuts it off. Sends the throw to second. No chance to get Sheets. A leadoff double here in the bottom of the ninth. Santillan is set. Here's the pitch on the way. Johnson swings and misses. Strike 3, and the ball game is over. Reds get 2 in the 8th, and the Padres cannot cash in the lead double by Sheets in the 9th as Cincinnati hangs on to win 2-1, and they take this series 2-1.
I can sit here and say it. Those guys are giving us everything they've got every night. But when guys are on their A game, we have to be able to be really intentful and be able to make adjustments as we go, get them up, get them out, situationally hit when it's available. Jackson was able to, think about first and second. It's not a comfortable at bat, didn't look like for Jackson. So he's like, I'm going to play the game. And, just a little too hard. And they were able to get the ball to get the out at third. And, Hearn hits what would have been a sac fly. Who knows what would have happened.
That was Mike Schilt talking about the sacrifice bunt attempt by Jackson Merrill with runners at first and second. Nobody out.
Hi, this is Jackson Merrill.
What inning was that? Fourth inning.
Yeah, bottom of the fourth.
Of a scoreless game. Padres looking to break through against a pitcher who has always been very tough against them. We talked about that yesterday. And Andrew Abbott was once again good. And he's not one of those pitchers who's just good against the Padres. He's good against everybody. Yeah. He's one of the best left-handers in the league. He's got an ERA under 3. Really good pitcher. We knew that was probably going to be a low-scoring game. So you're looking to score a run any way you can.
No, you're not. No, you're not. And the small ball flu has infected you as well. It's the 4th inning. Jackson Merrill can produce runs. Even in a crap, injury-riddled season, the guy still has an 829 OPS with runners in scoring position, a 131 WRC plus. Anything over 100 is great, right? 298 batting average. Even in this injury-hampered season, Jackson Merrill is a run producer. And look, at the end of the day, I don't know whether Mike Schilt gave him the bunt sign or if Jackson.
I think if you heard what he just said.
He said he did it on his own.
He did not. It was Jackson Merrill's decision to bunt on his own there. That's what I heard from Mike Schilt.
When you get the flu, guess who gets the flu next? I do. And then guess who gets the flu? Paulie does. And then Ello gets it. And then Tony gets it. And then Braden gets it. And then Frankie gets it. It has spread. And it's spread to our fan base as well. Everyone acting like we are some team with a bunch of spares that cannot put up a big inning. And it started, look, at the beginning of the year, when you had 6, 7, 8, 9, black hole, no production, fine, scratch, claw, do what you have to do to get a run. Guys, how many we lead the league in sacrifice bunts. We are also in the league 23rd in runs scored per game. The lowest, like damn near at the end. So I don't understand this flu that has invaded this team of, oh God, first and second, instead of, oh my God, I'm licking my chops. We are going to knock this dude out.
I hated it for so many reasons with Merrill there. Mostly, though, just the way he's been swinging the bat the last few games.
Barreling it.
That's a guy that, I mean,
tough lefty, whatever.
Forget any playoff dreams if he doesn't get rolling. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to need him to produce. So when he finally starts to put some good at-bats together, driving the ball, and then I'm like, all right, this is a good opportunity for him to start heating up. This would be a great time for that to happen. I don't like him taking the bat out of his own hands.
Correct.
Because we all agree.
Because he
did
thinks
it himself.
that's the right thing.
I want him to be
do.
like, dude, I'm driving the ball. I got 2 on, nobody out. Let's do some damage here.
Yeah, and even against lefties, Benny, with runners in scoring position, he's got a WRC plus of 119. So, like, I trust Jackson Merrill there. Jackson Merrill should trust Jackson Merrill, but I think it's been beaten into this team's head since spring training of, hey, this is how, we have such a good pitching staff and such a good bullpen that 1 run, 2 runs is going to be enough. It's not. It's not enough. We don't win enough to play this kind of baseball.
I texted a buddy that I could have sworn, I would have bet money that Ramon Laureano was going to bunt in the 9th after Sheets led off with a double. I would have not liked that either because he's one of our hottest hitters on the lineup. But I could have wrapped my head around that.
I can't.
If you get the lead off, we could have that conversation. It's in the 4th inning with Jackson Merrill, who's been swinging a good bat, 2 on, nobody out. I did not like that.
Stop giving away outs.
I didn't like it when they did it in the 2nd inning at Coors Field last weekend. Like that, those early moments, I'm like, that's when you should strike and try to go for the big inning rather than.
How many sack bunts in the 1st inning have we had this year? A dozen? Like, that's 12 outs. You're like, here. They're so hard to come by. They're so precious.
I think ultimately I tend to agree with you guys, especially in that situation and with Jackson Merrill at the plate. Not someone, if my memory serves, I can't find the specific stat. He has some sacrifice flies, but not someone who lays down a lot of sacrifice bunts because, well, he's been one of the best hitters on your team since he joined the team as a rookie at the start of last year. You want him swinging the bat. Now, if it was Freddie Fermin up there and it's first and second,
fine.
He's a really, really good
and he
bunter.
bunts the third base.
He's a really good bunter. There's a chance that he'll bunt it so well that they can't get any outs because he's that good. I don't know that Jackson Merrill is at that level.
Yeah, it's player dependent. It's situation dependent.
I think there is some situations. Clearly, a couple days ago, 10th inning, bunt the guy over from 2nd to 3rd, you win the game. Great. There is a use for the sacrifice bunt even in the year 2025, but it should not be one of your common go-to strategies.
It is,
and it's become too common of a strategy. And while I do believe that Jackson Merrill did that on his own, and I generally do believe in Mike Shilt's philosophy of empowering the players,
I believe in that too.
What they have them make the decisions. They're seeing the game out there. I do agree with that. Ultimately, you're right. Mike Schilt sets the tone, and he has set a tone that is too small ball oriented.
Correct. And it's not a winning strategy for baseball.
And
it's
I don't know what was said behind closed doors. And Mike Schilt will never tell us what was said behind closed doors. But I would like to think that after that at bat, somewhere in the tunnel or after the game, Mike Schilt went to Jackson Merrill and said, I love your team first mentality. We need you swinging away in that situation. You can drive the ball. You're one of our better hitters. It's early in the game. We need you swinging away in that situation. Next time, let's go for a bigger hit. I would like to think that privately, because it's never going to happen publicly, but privately something like that was said because I don't want to see a bunt there. Now, what about the 9th inning when the Padres were down 2-1 leadoff double? Gail in our chat says the bunt should have happened in the bottom of the 9th.
Absolutely
Play
not.
it like extra innings.
Absolutely
Needed one
not.
run to keep going.
No, absolutely not. Try to win a baseball game with the guy that's been your best hitter, with your highest OPS on your team. I don't want him bunting. And if that's the strategy, let's say you're the Dodgers, right? And Mookie Betts hits a double and Freddie Freeman's behind him. You want Freddie Freeman to bunt? I don't. I'm not doing it. If Aaron Judge hits a double, and I don't even who's in their lineup. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Jazz Chisholm hits a double, and then Aaron Judge comes up. You want him bunting him to 3rd? Do you? No. There's no difference. It's a losing play. Now, Laureano can come up, and he popped out, right? But he could have hit a ground ball to the right side. Guess what that does? That gets the runner over. But a ground ball to the right side could also go through for a hit, and you tie the game. He could hit a deep fly ball to center field, and the runner advances. Stop giving away outs. Make them earn the out, is what I'm saying. Make them earn it. Make them make a play. Make them make a pitch.
It would have been a mistake for Ramon Laureano. Again, player dependent. If it's Freddie Fermin coming up in the 9th inning, and you got Fernando Tatis Jr. on deck, and you want to move the runner over to third and think about keeping the game going, I'll entertain
100%.
Ramon Laureano at the plate would be insane if he was bunting there. You have to score 2 runs to win the game. Laureano can do that with one swing of the bat, or he could hit a double, and then you'd have the winning run at second base, and then you can bunt him over to third and try to win the game that way. But you don't win the game with 1 run. But by the way, your bullpen is already your bullpen is shot.
Beat.
You don't want that game going 10 or 11 innings.
Don't. You really
have already
don't.
used Kyle Hart because your bullpen is so gassed from the previous games. You're looking to win the game in the bottom of the 9th inning, not keep it going. And you don't want to keep that game going.
And by the way, Ramon Laureano is the guy that, quote unquote, missed the bunt sign. Who's to say he wasn't given it in that situation yesterday? Who's to say he wasn't given it? But I mean, it's just the math again. And I listen to these guys and I listen to them talk about we're not giving anything away. You'd literally give away 2 to 3 outs a game. You hand them away. And a 27 out game goes to a 25 out game for the pitching staff. What is the oldest adage in baseball? If you see a guy square to bunt, don't throw him a curveball. Throw him a fastball down the middle. Take the out. I tell the little leaguers that. If a guy wants to give you an out, you take it and you move on and you take your chances. It's a flu, and it has invaded this team and this fan base. I've never seen anything like it. We get a guy on and everyone's like, they just start to choke. Like, get it down, get the bunt down. What? On what planet? We are 23rd in runs scored. 23rd.
Does this team have a confidence problem?
Yes, 1,000%.
They are
people that aren't confident. You know what they do at the plate? They bunt. They
are 0 for 14 the last 2 days and 2 for 22 in this series with runners in scoring position.
It's crazy, man.
They're giving you an out, man. They're just giving it to you. Take it. Say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And you guys know me. What am I terrible at? Math. I don't really understand. Even my dumbass knows the math says that this doesn't work. The math says go against this.
The history
says
it. Say it again. The one team that successfully used small ball to a World Series championship in the last 20 years
the Royals.
Was the Royals. It's happened one time. Every other team has been a top team in baseball in slug, home runs.
And that's what you're fighting against, because clearly sometimes the bunt will work. You will get it down. You will get a sacrifice fly. You will win by 1. And then the manager and the players will rightfully go, hey, that bunt won the game for us. Great job. Great team play. But in the long run, the math does not lie.
It doesn't math.
That you are going to score fewer runs overall by laying down sacrifice bunts. You will score more runs swinging away in those situations. And is not the point of your offense to maximize the number of runs that you score. No,
it is.
Sometimes when you swing away, like in the 9th inning, you will come up empty.
Rocky says, you said it, Woods. The Padres are 23rd. They're not scoring runs. Score runs any way you can. They're 23rd in runs scored because they play this brand of baseball that the 1983 Cardinals played. That's why they're 23rd in runs.
Not to score a lot of runs.
They're literally giving away outs, which helps them score fewer runs.
I remember when this identity started to show its face midway through the season. We're like, all right, this looks like this is the direction that they want to go. And we were talking about it. Like, that Royals team, like, you're basically gambling that you're going to have to be the best team to utilize small ball in the last 40 years to get to where we want to see the team at the end of the year. And I think the odds are just not in their favor.
It's just so.
I mean, one thing that you have,
flu.
what you have earned, and what shocked me in the 9th inning, is that the Reds were looking bunt when Ramon Laureano was up. They pinched in thinking he was going to bunt because of the Padres' tendencies, and I go, thank you. Thank you. You are just giving us an extra chance to get a ground ball through the infield now, because he shouldn't be bunting, and he wasn't bunting, which was the right decision. Was the right
guys,
decision.
and again, I was talking to a dude on Twitter last night. He goes, "You hate bunting in all situations." I said, "I absolutely don't," and that's not the case. When Martin Maldonado was up with a runner on first or second, bunt, because he is going to hit into a double play. Ramon Laureano, I trust. Jackson Merrill, I trust. It's a no-brainer. So I don't hate bunting. But in the fourth inning, in the first inning, Arise trying to move a guy over, it doesn't make sense to me.
Let's talk about the positives, pitching and defense from yesterday's game. Both very sharp. We'll get to that. Don't do this on the way. San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3, The Fan.
I absolutely adore the passion from our fan base. I do. I think my passion is misguided sometimes. I think other fans' passion is misguided sometimes, but at least it's there. There's a heartbeat for this team, and the heartbeat right now is going. It's going through the roof, but I do appreciate the passion, the discussion. I think it's the beauty of this great game of ours, and the hindsight being 2020 and all that. Our buddy Josh Gorel made a good point. Let's say Laureano last night does drop that bunt down to get pinch runner Jose Iglesias over to third. Okay, so you got one out. Jackson Merrill's coming up. They're going to put him on first base. And now who comes up? Bryce Johnson comes up because you have made a defensive switch, and Bryce Johnson comes up in that spot. So let's say Bryce Johnson does exactly what he did in K's. Well, then, good news. Coming up next, you have the catching position, correct?
There's so many changes at that point.
If it's not the catcher, then it's Tatis.
And Laureano, Merrill.
After Johnson would have been Jake.
Johnson would have been Crony.
You need a knock. You still need a knock because now you have two outs. So you still need that base hit to get that run.
To get the one.
And so Merrill, they're not going to pitch to Jackson Merrill with first base open and a runner on third. They're just not. So what are we talking about here when we're saying he should have bunted? That's when I'm talking about the flu. The flu makes you think weird stuff, and it makes you see goofy stuff, and it makes you feel weird.
I know what you're doing. You're making all kinds of excuses for these clowns.
Did somebody say that's
what we're doing? Doc sent this tweet. He said, Padres blew another one. Iglesias scores on the Merrill fly ball in the ninth. If Laureano moves the runner to third. Straight up bleeping baseball as usual from this club. 97.3 The Fan will make all kinds of excuses for these clowns tomorrow.
I'm literally telling them that they have been terrible at this stuff.
Well, it's weird because half the fan base is mad that they bunted in the fourth inning, and half of it is mad that they didn't bunt in the ninth inning.
I'm mad at just bunting in the fourth. I'm not mad at not bunting in the ninth because as I just laid out for you what would have happened. If they do bunt him over, Jackson Merrill doesn't get that chance to hit the sac fly, Doc. You know that. Terry Francona is not going to pitch to Jackson Merrill with a runner on third. He's just not. He's not.
Set up the double play.
There will be to
Bryce Johnson. Yes. Now
there will be no sac fly hit.
Now, what about Mike Schilt's defensive replacements and moves? That kind of backfired a little bit because you could have still had Ryan O'Hearn in the game. You would have had a better hitter at that. Nothing against Bryce Johnson. He's actually come through a lot for the Padres when they've needed him, but he's not who you wanted up in that situation. You were hoping to win that game 1-0 late.
This is what was blowing my mind too. Taking your best defensive first baseman out for defensive purposes makes no sense either.
I don't know that he's viewed as the best defensive first baseman.
It's not an opinion, though.
I agree.
I think with Arise was coming up a lot sooner than O'Hearn, and so they left him in the game. They were improving their defense at shortstop is what they thought they were doing by putting Mason McCoy in, moving Jake, improving the defense at second base, and then leaving Arise in, who they have confidence in defensively at first because he was going to get an at-bat sooner than Ryan O'Hearn. So logically, strategically, I understand that it makes sense. But you're playing for a 1-0 win right there is what you are doing.
Yeah.
You're playing for a 1-0 win.
With your best bullpen guys down.
You're playing with a 1-0 win with your best.
Which you knew. They obviously everyone knew. You make that decision on who's down.
The fact that we all texted each other and went, Kyle Hart with the eyeball. I was like, I did the Adam Klug eyeball emoji. I gasped.
When they came back from commercial break and he was like tying his cleats on the mound, I was like,
And again, he gets the first guy, and then that bunt that he can't field cleanly. Actually, thought it was a badass play when he's on his belly and he just goes, he can't flip it, so he just spikes it and he damn near gets him. If he gets him there, maybe it's a whole different outcome. But from there, like at that point, and then you go to Morahone. Right?
You got the runner at second. You go to Morahone for a 4-out save.
Right.
Got to get Ellie De La Cruz there. Gets ahead of him and gives up the ground ball single to the right side, which, by the way, Tatis made an excellent play. An excellent throw. Fermin at the plate, or Diaz at the plate, made an excellent catch and swipe tag, and Reindl made a perfect slide. It was
a rad play.
It was theatrical.
I loved that play. I wish it worked out differently.
Yeah, I mean, if you're shooting a movie and you want the game to come down to a slide at home plate,
that was it.
That's how it
And
looks.
a perfect throw.
For that guy in right
theatrical.
field to be there, I mean, they're taking the gamble on sending him.
Did.
It paid off for them, but it was a perfect throw, just about. Diaz did everything he could. It was a perfect slide.
So it just begs the question too, when you know that your most high leverage guys are down that night. Why are you playing for one run in the fourth? Why are you doing that? Like, it doesn't make sense. That's when you need to try to blow a game open so that a Yuki
right
or a Kyle Hart is you feel a little bit better
if you're
about
playing for a 1-0 win. You better hope to hell you have Mason Miller, Robert Suarez available.
So yeah, Morihone does not have good numbers against Ellie. You could have walked Ellie De La Cruz. Again, the hindsight machine is fired up this morning. I get it. I totally understand. But if you're going to throw Morihone, give him a clean inning. You're going to use him. You're using him, right, to get those 3 outs.
You don't want him to have to go 6 outs.
5 is fine. 4
and again, Kyle Hart was good. I mean, and he got the ground ball then after the bunt. That could have been a double play, but was hit just a little harder, and McCoy ended up making the play at first. But it wasn't Hart's fault that they lost the game. He didn't do anything wrong in particular. But why wasn't Wandy in there? He was warming up earlier in the game, and then he didn't go in. You feel like, crazy to say, that you kind of wanted to see Wandy Peralta in that situation, but I was surprised. And then I thought David Morgan might pitch in that game, and he didn't go in. I don't know if they didn't like the matchups. Mike Joe was very coy pregame about who was available in his bullpen. Someone asked, Mary Lou's asked him, I think he said, I understand the question, but we've got a competition coming up, and I'm not going to tell you who is and is not available in my bullpen.
What does that mean? We have a competition coming.
He doesn't want.
We have a game.
He doesn't want Terry Francona to know
who's available,
who may or may not be coming in out of the bullpen, because it could change his strategy. So, he did not say who was and was not available. Clearly, you think Mason Miller, Jeremiah Estrada, Robert Suarez were all unavailable. It's possible David Morgan was unavailable for whatever reason. You don't know what's going on. Guys could be sick. Guys could just say, "Hey,
they have the small ball flu." I heard it's going around in the clubhouse. Day. They all caught it.
Wandy was warming up, so it looked like he was available, but then he didn't go in. Did he not feel right when he was warming up? We don't have all the information necessarily that led to Kyle Hart going into that game, but I was as shocked as anybody to see Kyle Hart as the first option.
Both things can be true. He did fine, and it was a confusing move.
Absolutely. And they're saying in the chat, like, the pitching is what it is. The pitching gave up last night 2 runs. Pitching has been fantastic, and they have been fantastic.
And which is the irony. Yesterday, the formula for winning, I said, Nick Pivetta goes 7 innings, hopefully shutout, and get the ball to probably Morgan and Morihone. Well, it was 7 shutout, get the ball to Hart and Morihone. It did not work out in the bullpen, but that was the way they were supposed to win that game yesterday. It lined up the way we thought, but here we are 1 week later. Last week at this time, Roundtable Thursday. The narrative was the starting pitching is going to be the death of this team. They can't, they're not getting enough. They're getting 4 innings out of their starting pitching. Since then, they've gotten 6 really good starting pitching performances. And now it's the offense that's going to be the death of this team. What's going to be next Thursday?
Is the bullpen.
We're going to curse somebody today.
The defense.
The base running.
I don't know what it is, but they fixed one thing, and now something else. I mean, which is baseball. That's baseball.
Yeah.
That's how a season tends to go. I will look at the bright side and go, I mean, everything the Padres have had this season. They've had good starting pitching for long stretches. We've seen the bullpen be very good most of the year. The defense has been very good most of the time. And we've seen stretches where the offense has been good.
The first 13 games
and
of
then
the season,
after the trade deadline was very solid for a while when, Laureano was hot. O'Hearn was helping. He's kind of cooled off a little bit right now. O'Hearn hasn't done much lately. Manny is still ice cold now. Just
dying
ice cold.
On the vine. Yeah, dying every night. 0 for 4 last night.
And you have to believe that hopefully will turn around, because if it doesn't, They will go out the way they went out last year. They will not score enough runs, and they will lose a couple of low-scoring games probably. They will have to start getting it going. I do see some encouraging signs from guys like Jackson Merrill, the way he's swinging the bat. Obviously, Fernando Tatis Jr., loved to see him pull a ball out of the ballpark yesterday. That's the dangerous element that's kind of been missing from Fernando. He's done everything else so well all year. You add that, and, Fernando Tatis Jr. is the best player in baseball. If he's doing that in addition to everything else, robbing home runs, taking walks, getting on base, stealing bases, there's literally nothing he can't do. If he's pulling that ball to left field for home runs like he did yesterday, Fernando is the most valuable player in baseball. And I think most people would probably agree with that. The only thing he's been missing is the slug this year. So that comes back. You've got an unbelievable talent at the top of your lineup. Will it stay, or was that just one swing? I don't know. We'll find out as we go forward.
He smoked that thing. He did.
That's the Eno Sarris, get the ball out in front of the plate. Don't let it travel too far. Go get it. And he did. It was the only fastball he saw, right, in that at-bat from Andrew Abbott. And he was ready for it. And he didn't let it travel. He went out and got that thing. And that's, I think, a really positive sign. But Manny Machado's got to start hitting. He knows it. He's frustrated. We said yesterday, if you're going to bet on Manny Machado one way or the other to stay in an extended slump and never pull out of it, or start turning it around and hitting like Manny Machado, you're going to bet on Manny Machado every time.
You're not going to do any hypotheticals on the round table this week,
am.
Oh, God, no. Hypothetical bets? Because that almost got me.
No, not a bet this time.
Chris Ello in a fight last week. So I don't want to, it's not a bet.
No, bullpen hypothetical.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine.
You
do I have to do a tattoo on my throat or something?
I'll give you a preview right now. You don't have to answer it, but here's your hypothetical.
Okay.
You've got a fresh bullpen for a must-win playoff game next month. A one-run lead after 6 innings.
Yeah.
How are you approaching the final 3 innings?
Who's up? There's so much to get into this. Come on. Who's up? Who am I facing?
On the road?
On the road, home. Yeah. Who am I facing?
Facing the Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
You've got the top of their order coming up in the 7th inning.
In the 7th inning, top of the order, it would be. It's
going Mason Miller right there.
It's Ohtani. It's
Betts and Freeman.
Going Adrian Morejon.
So you going Adrian Morejon in the 7th.
Yeah.
All right. So he gets his 3. Then who's going in the 8th?
Mason Miller.
In the 8th.
Yeah.
And then Robert Suarez in the 9th.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say the same scenario, but you've got the middle of the Dodgers order coming up. Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, and I don't know, the left
Max Muncy.
Will Smith, Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez. 7th inning.
I'm going probably Robert Suarez.
Robert Suarez in the 7th.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And then in the 8th, bottom of the order for the Dodgers.
Bottom of the order there. Morejon.
Okay.
And then Mason Miller closes it out.
against-
Or I go Miller next, Morejon for the top.
Yeah.
Save Morejon for the 9th.
Yeah, for
Suarez,
Shohei and Freddie.
Miller, Morejon.
Yeah. Yeah. I also have Jeremiah Estrada I can use in there.
You're essentially just
the Dodgers and him are not they're not simpatico.
It's the game dictates. You with the Dodgers, for
Correct.
example, in this hypothetical, you just split it up into 3 different lanes.
Bill wants
decide
to know, is Jeremiah Estrada not in?
Yeah, I just said I also have Jeremiah Estrada I can use there. So it really depends. It really depends on a lot of situations.
I like that.
But
I like that
if
thinking.
If you think
that's
about
what you're going to do in the playoffs, should you start doing it now?
Correct.
Yes.
If you have Estrada, if you have a healthy and everyone's rested, Estrada, Miller, Suarez, and Morejon, that's 4 really elite weapons.
You're not mad if Robert Suarez closes the game.
No.
If you think there's better lanes for other guys.
Not at all.
Yeah, we were texting about this during the game the other night, and my point was just that, like, I want the guy in the pen to be Mason Miller. Whether that's the 7th inning, the 8th inning, the 9th inning,
like the most important,
the heart of the lineup. The
let me counterpoint here. I think he already is.
I think he is.
I think
he already is the guy. Mike Schultz will never say that, but my guess is he is the guy. And in the game on Tuesday, when they lost on the Robert Suarez home run in the 9th inning, I think Mason Miller was in the 8th because he is the guy.
Yeah.
To face Friedl and Stewart at the top of the order. I think that's why he was in the 8th, because he's the guy, not because Robert Suarez is the guy
closer.
And we had to save him for the 9th.
Yeah, but you say that though. But if the lineup was just moved a little bit and Friedel was coming up in the 9th, I still think Suarez comes in the 9th and Miller comes in the 8th.
I do too. At this point in the season,
I don't think they're playing those matchups like that.
Playoffs, I
agree with it in theory.
Or maybe if Friedel's coming up in the 9th, you save Kyle Hart to close the game.
Yes, you could potentially.
Yeah, just leave them both on in the bullpen.
But I mean, again, like,
can you imagine?
Like Nick, we haven't even talked about Nick Pivetta just being absolutely dominant and putting this team on his back last night when they absolutely needed that. They did that. He's been amazing. He's the MVP of the pitching staff, I think.
It does let you dream. But we'll go through the rest of the results, but it is trending very heavily toward now the Padres playing a wild card series against the Cubs in Chicago. If everybody kind of plays just normal baseball the rest of the way, that's what it's looking like in the first round of the playoffs. Best of 3 series, Wrigley Field in Chicago against the Cubs. Things can change. The Padres could get hot, still catch the Dodgers. The Cubs could get cold. The Mets could get hot and pass the Padres. Things can happen. But right now, there's a cushion everywhere. A couple of games at least that would have you believe the Padres are going to take on the Cubs. I don't hate the idea of, Nick Pivetta, Michael King going up against that team in games 1 and 2 of that series with that bullpen behind. And you get an outing like that from Pivetta.
Yeah.
You see what, King tantalized us with a couple of days ago, getting him a little more comfortable, his feet wet with a couple more starts. That there's very much a winning playoff formula.
There is,
for
but
the Padres with what we're seeing there.
Pitching, absolutely. I'm a week does the body good, right? Watching what they've been able to do, no question. But what remains the Achilles heel of this team is scoring runs and slugging the baseball, which you absolutely need to do to win baseball games, especially in October against the elite of the elite. You have to find a way, and I don't think, man, playing for one run against the Mets or the Cubs or the Dodgers, teams that can whack the ball out of the ballpark, I don't think it's the right strategy. So why are we doing it now? Why have we been doing it all season? And I realized that some of it was personnel dependent earlier in the year. Those days are gone. You have a deeper lineup now. Granted, a lot of the stars aren't hitting, namely Manny Machado is not hitting. It takes your 3-hole guy is out right now.
The Cubs stars aren't hitting either right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going through the same thing. Kyle Tucker, torture chamber second half of the
hurt.
Season.
He's hurt right now.
Now he's on the injured list. Pete Crow Armstrong has fallen off the map in the second half of the season. They're going through the same thing. Doesn't mean they won't turn it around and have a big playoff series, but if you acknowledge that, you also have to acknowledge that Manny could have a giant playoff series. But
I think their strategy is still going to be try to hit the ball in the gap and try to hit the ball out of the ballpark. While our strategy is hopefully we get a walk and then we can sacrifice a guy over.
I hope that's not the strategy at Wrigley Field.
Right. Right. I mean,
especially if the wind's blowing out.
Playing for giving away those runs early in games, it settles everybody's. If you're playing the Padres right now, you're like, I know what they're doing. I know what they're going to do. I can even afford to pitch around Gavin Sheets because I know the next guy's probably going to try to bunt him over. If he walks, big deal. They're going to give us an out. I can play for a double play. More than likely, he's going to sacrifice bunt. It puts you at ease if you're the other team. You really Terry Francona, and then who we're playing the Rockies next. They kind of know. Man, Rockies may be a little different because they're really bad, and you should be exploiting that and trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. But the other teams, the really good teams in baseball, go, yeah, the Padres are a little scary, but like they play small ball. They play like the Royals. Like they're not going to beat me with the 3-run homer, so we can be aggressive. So
think about what it does for your own team too. I mean, my God, if you're in that dugout, are you more? I mean, you're fired up anytime somebody crosses home plate.
Sure.
I get it, but are you more fired up for the sack bunt, the sack fly guy comes in and scores 1, or Merrill hits a 3-run tank?
Right.
Everyone's losing their mind. Like, here we go. You know what I mean? Like, play it forward. Like, I don't like it. I don't like this.
It's a flu. It's a flu. It's what it is. It's infected this team.
And
it's a flu.
Beating a dead horse, but like if you want to win the World Series, you're gonna have to be one of the best teams to utilize small ball in the modern era, and Padres aren't.
Yeah.
They're trying to be, but they just aren't.
And like Lou says, the margin of error, man, when you play for one run and
you need like a 99% success rate.
And your bullpen has to be perfect. They have to be perfect with a 2-1 lead or
playing for a 1-0 win.
Happen,
Not that it can't happen,
you know.
but you can't do it for 162.
But like if you're Mike Shildt, you went into the game knowing Miller and Suarez are down.
Yeah, you got to play for big innings.
Clearly play for a 1-0 win is
be strategic with it.
Be strategic.
It's not your identity. Just be strategic with it. You know,
and it's our identity.
Right now, it's too much of the identity.
We are leading MLB in sacrifice bunts right now, leading, and we're way down in runs scored. We're not a potent offense at all because I think the mentality is just, I think it's scared baseball is what I think it is. And they were playing FU baseball for a while, and it was so fun to watch, just clubbing teams for about a 2-week stretch. And now it's like we're scared. We got runners on. We're scared to death of a 3-run inning.
We got to take a time out. When we come back, it is Don't Do This Time. I have some pretty great audio from one of the members of the Ryder Cup.
This is greatness.
It is pretty fun. And somehow, scandal seems to follow A.J. Hinch around. Even if it's not his doing, his team seem to be in it, and they are in it again.
Oh, my God.
We will get to that coming up next with Ben and Woods after traffic on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First up, though, I get to tell you about SDFatLoss.com. It was my weight loss plan that helped me lose 40 pounds 2 summers ago, back in 2023. Lost 40 pounds in 60 days by eating real foods from the grocery store. Lots of chicken, broccoli. I like broccoli. Steak. Don't you like broccoli?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not bad, right? But you can pick and choose. They'll give you a lineup of different foods, when to eat them, how much to eat. And if you follow their strategies, you can lose up to a pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. And that's not only worked for me, it's worked for my colleagues like Matt Scraby, Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr. It's worked for tier ones who have lost thousands of pounds, San Diego, and done it without exercise, without injections, no worries about side effects. And because of that, it's all sustainable. You don't have to change anything. Once you're trying to maintain your weight, you've already made those changes. You're not jumping off of bars or mixes. There was none of that to begin with. That's what makes SDFatLoss.com different. If you want to find out more, if you want to start losing that pound of fat per day, give them a call or just go online to get a free consultation at SDFatLoss.com. Mention my name, Ben, from 97.3 The Fan. You're going to get $200 off the program at SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got Sammy coming up, so let's get right to it. Don't do this. Brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die. Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
This
is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info.
Yeah, crazy story dropped in The Athletic yesterday from Britt Giroli, talking about some pretty gnarly accusations in the Detroit Tigers organization, Ben. 8 men employed by the Tigers, either through the broadcast team or the business arm, have been accused of misconduct towards women since 2023, including 4 vice presidents, 2 other high-ranking employees. And we're talking about it happened late April last year. Tigers assistant GM Sam Menzin resigned abruptly after 13 years.
That's right.
Everybody thought this guy was going to be the next big GM in baseball. He was an intern. He started as an intern in the front office. They did not disclose why he left, but apparently there was an internal investigation that found he sent lewd, unsolicited photos to multiple women who work for the team. And they describe it as, a boys club, which is not very uncommon, right? The boys club, women were told not to wear specific skirts or pants because male colleagues found them distracting, all kinds of lewd, lascivious behavior, including Cameron Maben, former Padre. Ben, did you see the news about him? That he was also one of those guys responsible for texting women within the organization. I mean, it is deep. It is a long, well-written article, but the Tigers in a little bit of hot water.
Now, apparently, they've gotten rid of 6 of them already.
Yes.
A 7th is suspended. So it sounds like
they're taking
They're
taking it seriously.
addressing it, but now that it's come out publicly, they're probably going to have to address it even more.
Yeah.
And we'll keep our eye on that story. All right, I'm going to move on. This is actually kind of a hybrid.
I like the hybrid don't
it's a
and
don't
do.
and a do this. So, Paul, give me the do this.
DD mega do.
Because I don't think there's any argument that one of the most compelling, entertaining, and fun golfers on the planet is Tyrrell Hatton.
Yes.
Now, Tyrrell Hatton is the most like real guy you're going to see. He's one of the live golfers, so you probably don't see him that much.
Right.
but he's angry when he hits a bad shot. He celebrates when he hits a good shot.
Is he the one that complains about the courses a lot?
Sometimes.
Or is that somebody else?
He's not a complainer, though.
Okay.
he seems like the most regular guy.
He's like a dude
out there. And as you probably would, if you were a golfer and you were on Live and you're worried, like, am I not going to make the Ryder Cup team? Because I didn't, I was on Live all year, but he played really well on all the majors. And he got the call that he did make the Ryder Cup team. So he was pretty excited about it and did what, normal people do. He went out and celebrated after Luke Donald's call.
If you want to know, I'll tell you. When I did actually get back into the room, I fell across the bed sideways and face down in that position. And then I've woken myself up throwing up in that position. I've then fallen back asleep in that position. And then as I've woken up, I've got like sick all down my arms, both sides, all down my shirt. I get off the bed, like walk around to the bathroom, look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my God, I've got sick in my face, in my beard. How I set an alarm to make the flight for the few hours time, I don't know. But yeah, then waking up in a slightly more sober state was horrendous and having to clean up that. I mean, I ended up calling Emily. I was like, I don't know what to do. I mean, I was rushing to make the room somewhat acceptable before leaving. So yeah, I ended up stripping the bed, leaving some cash on and a note saying I was really sorry. I was sick on the bed in the night. Please throw in the trash. But I feel like I did the right thing upon leaving, but I was in a pretty bad state.
What is the right thing? Hotel room and you vomit all over it.
There's no right.
I mean, he left money. You feel bad. There's nothing. A poor housekeeper,
clean that.
He's going to have to deal with that. And I'm sure it sounds like he was generous with the cash, but still awful and gross.
Vision said he's like the Aussie of golf. I mean, yeah, destroying a hotel room is pretty bad. The celebrate, you're celebrating hard because you made the Ryder Cup, but holy smokes, like you could die. Like that's
vomiting. Well, at least he was face down over the side of the bed.
I like that he calls it sick.
Sick. They were sick all over my arms and my face, and I look in the mirror. It's all over my beard. Ugh. That's clearly the don't do this element of the story.
He's a wild man.
But Tyrrell Hatton's pretty fun.
He is funny. He's funny. I guess I give him credit for telling that story.
Man, that's right. Don't.
Let's get to Sammy.
Do this for a Thursday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
I wonder, did Sammy Levitt hear any details? Kevin Acey reporting about a team meeting that happened on Saturday morning in Colorado that they think, may have inspired them a little bit.
Inspired them to do what?
Well, they won the next 3 games after the team meeting.
Oh, so they had the meeting Saturday. Yeah. They won 3 games.
And Mike Schilt thinks they're playing a lot better baseball. Even though they lost the last 2 days, he feels like a better brand of baseball has been played post-meeting that they're not confirming than pre-meeting. I wonder if Sammy's heard anything about this. We'll talk to Sam Levitt when we come back with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Saturday morning meeting apparently over breakfast at the hotel in Colorado.
Okay.
Now, if you'd like a Saturday morning brunch, the place to go is Sammy's at 7 Mile. Best brunch in the South County. And then while you're there, stick around to enjoy San Diego's best card room.
Yeah, I mean, go in there. They have alcohol there. Don't treat it like Tyrrell Hatton.
That's true.
Just have one or two and sit and play some cards and have fun. And
you don't want to wake up with sick all over.
Yeah, you don't want to get sick all over the place. But no, 7 Mile Casino, you will really, really enjoy it. I'm telling you, it is a great place to go. California style blackjack, Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, and Baccarat. Best part, just 7 minutes from downtown.
It is so close to get to, as Wood said. You don't have to drive 45 minutes into the East County. You don't have to deal with a big parking garage, and you don't have to walk through a casino with smoke and slot machines to find a card room in the back. It's all about the card players, high limit players. They want to take care of you as well. Check it out today, 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Yeah, Kevin Acee writing, while the team would not specifically comment on a team breakfast they had on Saturday, there were some interesting quotes from Schilt and the players about how they viewed the games the team has played since. And I get they lost the last two. You're frustrated by it. But the Padres, at least internally, and are acknowledging that they went, 10, 12 days not playing really good baseball. We all saw it. They even know internally. Mike Schilt started saying it as well. We're not playing our best baseball. He feels like the last 5 days, even though they lost the last two, they're playing good baseball. They are, they've got energy. I know it looks like when they don't score a lot of runs, you don't have a lot of energy, but yesterday's game was not a badly played game.
The game before did not bother me as much as last night's did. I was like, that's just a good baseball game, and you're going to lose those.
Wasn't last night's a good baseball game? I mean,
no,
well
because
pitched,
you don't bunt,
defended.
You don't sacrifice bunt with first and second, nobody out.
You don't like the decision, but the players were out there giving.
I've never questioned their effort.
I know.
I never have.
People do. Though.
I don't. I never have. I know those guys. I know they want to win. I know they do. I know several of them. I've met them, talked to them. Like, I know what their makeup is. I know Manny wants to hit. I know he does. That dude loves hitting more than anybody I know. He wants to be the guy that carries this team. I don't question their effort at all. I question their mentality right now. Playing soft and for 1 or 2 runs a game doesn't work. The math doesn't work on that for me. That's what I see. It's just not even poor execution, really. That's just that's bad baseball. It just doesn't make sense to me. And we've seen it too much this season of Toddy gets on the first inning, 3-time batting champion, which I'm reminded of several times, lays down a bunt in the first, a bunt to move him over to second, to play for a run in the first.
And Manny strikes out.
And then it's like, okay, well, we needed a hit anyway. Like, if you're going to trust Luis Ariz to hit in the 2-hole because he's a good hitter, then let him hit.
Yeah.
And he should hit. He should want to swing it. You know what I'm saying? All year.
For the fans who continue to advocate for the small ball, the bunt, the old school. Let me put it a different way. I know we have Sammy standing by. If you got the leadoff runner 3 innings in a row on first base, and you bunted each time to get the runner over to second, you hit about what? 3, if you're a good team, you hit about 300 with runners in scoring position. So 1 out of those 3 times, you're probably going to get a single and score the run. So that's 3 innings playing for a bunt with 1 run. If you get the lead runner on 3 straight times and you swing away, aren't you going to have a bigger inning one of those innings probably?
Yeah.
The odds are in your favor.
Yes.
One of those innings, the next guy also gets a hit. And then all of a sudden you get the pitcher reeling and you may score 4 or 5 in one of those innings. So you're playing for 1 run over 3 innings, or maybe 4 or 5 for 1 inning. I mean, the math is just easy there in my mind.
Math.
Easy.
And I am terrible at math, and it's easy math for me, and I'm a moron. So,
all right, let's check traffic, and then Sam Levitt will join us on the other side here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by the kids of Caltrans. Northbound 5 in trouble in the South Bay. At the 54, there is an accident involving a car and a motorcycle. It's got the fast lane blocked. Now northbound 15 near the 52, accident involving a couple vehicles, not showing if lanes are blocked.
My mom, my papa, my daddy works for Caltrans on the freeway, right next to speeding cars.
Please be careful.
Be alert. Be work zone alert. Brought to you by the kids of Caltrans.
And we're joined right now by in-season Sammy, Padres pre- and post-game show host Sam Levitt. The finish line, at least through the regular season, in sight now, just 16 games left. Where did the time go, Sam?
I know. It seems like we were just in Peoria, right? Early February. So it goes quickly, but also kind of goes pretty slowly all at the same time. So hard to believe we're already we're already getting through September and hopefully heading towards October. I know. I think about it a lot when I'm like, man, this whole thing started in early February, and now it's almost autumn, and we're still rolling. But I suppose that's baseball season.
And it's funny, Sammy, like if you've listened to Ben and Woods throughout the year, I would actually say today's probably the day I've been. This is about the most fired up I've been in all of. I really, truly, like I have not been super.
It's about that time.
It's about that time, and the fans certainly feel it, Sammy, and the players.
Yeah.
You would hope that they would feel it too, and. But I today was the day that I think I've been the most mad, and I've been pretty calm this season. But for you, Sammy, I'm sure you've been listening to the show. What do you think about the mentality of this team right now? It just seems to me, and I know it's dumb sports talk radio host hyperbole. It just seems to me they're playing a little bit scared.
Yeah, it seems like there needs to be adjustments. And I think those adjustments can come in a variety of ways. And I'm not the one saying that. Mike Schultz has talked about it a couple of times over the course of the past week about, just the team offensively needing to make in-game adjustments better. Fernando Tatis Jr. talked about it after the game yesterday and said something very, very similar. So it's clearly a theme. And I think if you boil it down pretty simply and you look at the way they've played the last 25 games, if you go back to that series in LA, guys, they're 10-15 in their last 25 games at the most important time of year. And I bring that up to say, clearly something needs to be adjusted. Clearly something needs to change about the way they're playing overall. And I think it's pretty obvious if you watch this team day in, day out, that a lot of that falls on the offense. I know you guys have talked a ton about the Merrill bunts, and I think rightfully so this morning. Look, whether you agree with that strategy or not, I think it speaks to seemingly the way they're trying to play. And I think the way they're trying to play on a lot of nights is just a really tough way to live when it seems to be a strategy of, hey, let's just try to grab as small of a lead as we can. And hopefully our bullpen can hold it, right? They're playing for a run or two, and then let's see if we can hold on. And against any major league team, that's just a tough way to live day in, day out. And I thought yesterday you saw that quote unquote strategy show up a couple of times, even if Jackson was bunting on his own. That was a spot where you were like kind of, scratching your head going, man, it's a scoreless game in the fourth inning and to play for a run or two rather than trying to knock this guy out, right? And Andrew Abbott with one of your hottest hitters. And then also, and I don't know if you guys have talked about it, but bringing in Mason McCoy to play defense late in that game. Well, guess what spot came up in a big spot in the ninth inning? It was Ryan O'Hearn's spot, and instead you were pinch hitting Bryce Johnson. And look, I'm not saying that you can't win by that strategy, but these are the risks you take if you're going to play that way.
Yes.
Everything else has to be super fine. Then, hey, you can't afford in the eighth inning for a good piece of hitting by Ellie De La Cruz and a blue pit, and all of a sudden you're down 2-1. So when they say adjustments, I wonder two things. I can't speak enough to, because I'm not a hitting guru, okay, what exactly that needs to be at the plate as far as their approach in-game adjustment-wise. But I do wonder if some of that has to just be, a change in part of their strategy that seems to be very much about playing for playing a real version, a 2025 version of small ball, and then hoping you can hang on. And I do wonder if that's going to be, if that's a realistic formula for success moving forward and into October. And I guess the bigger question is, with the way they played offensively, are they capable of going out and putting up crooked numbers consistently. And, I think if you watch this team every day, that's a hard question to answer.
Sammy, did you hear anything about this team meeting? Kevin Acee said it's a monthly team breakfast. They do it every month on the road on Saturday morning in Colorado. But he said this one was a little different. Everyone's there, all the players, coaches, staff. He said Manny Machado spoke, Mike Shildt spoke, and the message was a reminder of how good they are, but also a call to refocus on what had made them so good for much of the season, and a recognition of the urgency of the situation with 3 weeks remaining in the regular season. I find that interesting because ever since 2023, there does feel like they need to nip any lack of urgency in the bud. We know they never had enough urgency in 2023, Sammy. And Mike Shildt saw it. He wasn't the manager at the time, but he saw it as one of, AJ Preller's staffers. And it seems like he's trying to make sure that does not happen again.
Yeah. I don't know anything about the breakfast. I did read what Kevin wrote this morning, but that was, to be quite honest, the first I had heard about it. So I can't tell you anything about the breakfast or how often that happens or if that was kind of something that was out of the ordinary. However, I will say that just from the urgency part, and I thought, you said it right before I came on. Of course, these guys care. I don't think there's any question about that they want to win, that they care. But when you talk about urgency, I'll put it this way. I do feel like a little bit, not that there's a sense in that clubhouse of it, but you almost get a sense, again, watching them every day, where it's like, from an offensive standpoint, it's like, well, this would kind of be a tough way to get through a postseason and go ultimately to where you want to go. And, if the hope is, well, hey, let's get in and hopefully we get hot. Well, that might happen, but it also might not if you keep on playing the way you've played offensively, especially as of late and seemingly with the approach, they have on most nights. So I think when I think about urgency, it's more of, hey, we've got to figure out a way to kick this offense into high gear before it's too late, before we get to October, and maybe start playing just a little bit different kind of baseball. So that's how I view, quote unquote, urgency with this team in particular. But as far as the breakfast, I don't have much on it.
I mean, I'm going to ask Tony Gwynn Jr. That on the roundtable today, as a guy that's been part of big league clubhouses and grew up with one of the best hitters of all time. Like, can a team, sure, you see teams get hot, right? We see it every year, but can a team completely change their identity? Like get it out of their head that 1 run or 2 runs is good enough, and let's pray that the bullpen holds that night. Bullpens are volatile. Every single one is. No bullpen is infallible. And can a team with 16 games left go, you know what? Let's abandon small ball and let's try to hit 3-run homers and hunt fastballs and things like that. Can they switch it on a dime? It'll be interesting. Weird stuff happens.
Yeah.
That's one thing that always keeps me engaged in baseball, Sammy, is that all of a sudden Mason McCoy can hit 3 home runs in a game. Like, it's the weirdest sport. It happens every year. There's some unsung hero. That stuff happens. So that keeps us coming back, but I don't know that they can change their identity so quickly.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I would say I think can give you some hope that kind of turnaround is possible. When I say turnaround, I mean just a different kind of offense. I think is 3 guys. Is number one, Fernando all of a sudden seems to be lifting the ball more. He's hit 4 home runs in the last 13 games, which by his standards shouldn't be a big deal, but it's a big deal when you've only hit 3 in the last 50 plus before this most recent stretch. So maybe that's a sign of him starting to find it again, which would be a big deal. Manny Machado, he's had a super, super, super tough go of it since the turn of the calendar to August. I fail to believe that he can continue like this because he's such a great player and it's been so rough. But who knows? But obviously he's very capable of turning it around and hitting for power. And all of a sudden Jackson Merrill has looked a lot better and didn't come all that far away from hitting a game-winning home run last night. And he's been also driving the ball better. So I would say this, from a getting hot, hitting home runs, all of a sudden you look like a totally different team in October. If there's a team that could flip that switch, it would be the Padres based on who they have. It would. However, man, that's a dangerous assumption to make, right? And you would really like, and it would also go against what this season has been. I mean, it'd be total reversal offensively from what they've been. So feels like a bit of a dangerous game to play, but is it possible with this group in particular? Yeah, of course.
No Thursday off for Sammy. He's back to work tonight. Game 1 of a 4-game series against the Colorado Rockies. Pre-game show, 5:40, first pitch, 6:40. Sammy, thank you very much.
All right, guys. Thank you.
You know, it's funny because back in 2022, when the Padres made the NLCS, that's exactly what happened. They got wild home runs from Trent Grisham and Josh Bell, unexpected in the playoffs. That's how they got deep in the playoffs. Getting things they hadn't got in the regular season.
So it could happen.
It does happen. Yep. We'll see if it happens this year. We'll come back. We've got a chance to qualify for the Sphere in Las Vegas and more all ahead here on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we're halfway home on a Thursday. Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Looks like a nice day out there in our fair burg. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer. Ben Higgins, friendly neighborhood sports anchor. And Benny, based on some of the prognostication that you've done and taking into account all of the the numbers and the odds and things like that, your best guess, and I know this, hey, man, 16-0 is still on the table. It absolutely is. So is 0-16, but 16-0 is still on the table. Your best guess, where would you put the Padres playing their opening round playoff game?
Yeah, the last 2 days have really clarified things quite a bit, and barring a 15-1, 14-2 finish, which if you do that, you could catch the Dodgers and win the division, or barring like a 2-14, 3-13 finish in which you could still miss the playoffs or fall below the New York Mets and get the 6th seed. It's still possible, but
that'd be a fun show.
The vast majority of likely outcomes, the Padres go 9-7 over their last. They're almost certainly going to finish with the 5th seed, and almost certainly going to face the Cubs in a best-of-3 wild card series at Wrigley Field.
Okay, so that would be the wild card series. Now, one thing about, we just talked about it. Like, you have to prepare for everything in this business, as you have to. You cannot get caught with your pants down. And we have, of course, nobody's always 100% prepared for what life may throw at them, certainly, and in radio business is no different. So you do have to prepare. And as a radio station and the flagship of the Padres, you have to be prepared for the good, the bad, the horrific. The horrific could happen. As you just said, 0-16. You lose 16 games in a row. Oh, my God, what are we going to do? How does that show play, right? So you're always thinking a little bit down the road, much like a skipper.
The Padres have slayed the dragon again.
Yes, you have to have all the promos ready.
They could have slayed the dragon again.
They could have.
So we had to be ready for that.
That was a potential outcome of that series.
Well, so it happened yesterday. That drop gets me every time, that clip.
The Padres have slayed the dragon again.
So you have to be prepared, right? Padres beat the Cubs. Padres lose to the Cubs, right? Also, when you have a morning show and you start thinking about it, what if we make it to the World Series? What if we make it to the World Series? What's going to happen? What's the broadcast schedule look like? Should we be somewhere? Should they go somewhere? You have to be thinking about
yesterday, Major League Baseball sent out their credential applications for the World Series, which have to be filled out this month. You can't wait. You don't wait until your team gets into the World Series to fill out
any potential playoff team.
And like there are like the Diamondbacks, they've sent out buy your playoff tickets now.
Yeah,
they have. The Giants have sent out the email. Buy your playoff tickets now. The Reds. And if we don't make it, we'll credit you, right? So that happens. You have to be prepared. So
like we don't have the type of funds to just wait until 2 days before and be like, oh, okay, we are going to Chicago. All right, let's all charge it on Adam's card.
So Adam comes in yesterday and says, look, in case this was the best, because we're all in the promo studio doing our promo production studio. And he walks in and he's like, hey, so we need to talk about what happens if. And I was thinking, okay. And I said, well, if what? And he says, well, what if we make the World Series? And I said, okay, that would be awesome. Be killer to be in the World Series. It's what you dream of. He says, so, and this is what got me, is the way he sold it to me. Or I guess you could say, didn't sell it to me. Basically goes,
depends on which perspective.
What perspective are you looking at it from? He says, you guys don't really want to go, do you? And I said, what do you mean? He said, you don't like want to go to the World Series if we make it. And I go, well, when you put it like that, not really, I guess.
Apparently I don't.
And I said, well, all right, what does it look like? What are the dates? He gives me the dates. Now, I may have a travel conflict. I will be probably doing the show remotely. And I said, go figure, by the way. Yeah, weird, super weird. Oh, we got to take the gear again. But listen, that's not, we're not there yet. But in case of travel and things, he's like, so I know how you guys like hate doing anything at all because you're lazy and you hate doing stuff extra. So you don't want to really go to the World Series, do you?
You're adding his internal thoughts
I am.
now. He didn't actually say that.
I am. Paulie drops this on him.
I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not really in the business of turning down trips to the World Series. Like,
Yes,
if that's
you
what
are.
you're suggesting.
You don't have a choice.
I was like, look, I understand, like, that costs money and time and travel, but like, if you're like, Paul, here, free World Series, go cover, go work.
Fun.
I'd probably take that.
He's like, and
right?
I looked at him and I was like, man, this is one hell of a sales pitch that you're trying. I go, I guess we.
Like, do they punch you right in the nose when you walk in at the World Series? I don't know. Like,
I guess
he made it sound awful.
I guess we don't want to go. Bill says, stop it with the World Series. It's not a jinx, Bill. It's really not. That is his job. He has to be
100%.
prepared. There are credentials that have to get. There are hotels that have to be found. There are plane tickets. It's not as
By the way,
easy.
all the Dodgers, the
Yes,
Mets,
everybody.
all their radio teams, they're all doing this as well. So they can't. Everyone can't jinx.
You can't
their
just
team.
wait.
They're
Right.
all doing.
They're all doing it.
No, it's not the team that goes and wins the World Series. Isn't the one that didn't prepare for it
Correct.
every year because no one jinxed it.
Like
It's not
people
how it
rushing
works.
to get hotel. No, like you plan.
It's not how it works.
You plan. You have to plan ahead, and you at least plan it. So he says, "You guys don't really want to go, do you?" And I go, "Oh, well," I said, "if it's at home, I'll be on the road, which will suck." I said, "But if they go somewhere, like we just used Houston as an idea." He goes, you'd be getting back on Sunday. You'd have to fly out on Monday. And I go, okay, well, I guess no, we'll just do it from here, I guess. Right.
Right.
And he goes, well, we have to budget. I go, well, you can still budget for it. You don't have to, just because you budget $5,000 doesn't mean you have to spend $5,000. In fact, if they don't make it, you don't have to spend that $5,000. Am I wrong, Ben? Am I wrong? Or is that not exactly how it went
You're
down?
right, but you have to pay for the trip insurance option at the end when you book it, and it's like an extra, $20,
$14.
Yeah, for the trip protect
To get it back.
Yeah,
I think you're actually missing the best part because he asks if you do go to the World Series, Ben, would you be going to cover it for Channel 10? And
Yes.
I said yes. I've been told that would be something that they would be sending me on the road to cover it for Channel 10. So Channel 10 would be paying for that, he says. And I go, yes, they will be paying for me to be there.
Yes.
So we wouldn't have
his
to
heart
pay.
stopped.
We wouldn't have to pay for any of that. And I go, yeah, you wouldn't have to pay for any of that. Now,
Right.
you would also have to realize if they want me to do something in the morning while I'm on my radio show, I would have to leave because
Correct.
they would be paying for the trip, not you.
That's fine. As long as it's just you there and I don't have to pay. That's what I'm looking for. It literally, I pictured him like talking to his wife. You don't really want to make love tonight, do you? She's like, well, apparently not. Apparently I don't. I'm not in the mood now. I was, but now I'm not. Like you got to, it's just it was the worst sell job. It was so transparent. And I finally looked at him, I go, you know what? We'll stay. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine.
Hey, you know that vacation we've been saving for? You don't really want to go, do
He's
you?
an excellent steward of Odysseys.
He is a brilliant steward.
He really, I mean, Michael must be so proud.
So proud of him.
Of
You go in
Adam.
there and you tell those.
You talk them out of it.
You
right
go
now.
in there and tell those diva morning show clowns. You need to sell them that they don't want to go to the World Series.
He's a very responsible.
Very responsible.
Very
Extremely.
responsible.
I was dying. I mean, it was
was
truly
really
like it was. You don't really want to do this, do you? And I go, oh, okay. Well, we'll stay here. We'll hold down the fort, I guess. If but his eyes lit when he realized I could actually have one representative from Ben and Woods at the World Series, and I don't have to pay. When he heard that, it sealed Paulie and my fate.
Oh,
when he heard that Ben was probably. When he heard that Ben was going already on the house, it sealed our fate. Paulie, we're done.
Yeah, you really screwed us on that one, Ben.
Like Paulie, just so you know, like if they go to the World Series, you're not going. You don't get to see a game. Remember last year? So we were dying laughing.
Because as he was walking out, I go, just make sure if they have the home games that we do get to go to at least to those.
Yeah, yes, because last year I remember I got the phone call. Hey, hello. Hey, yeah.
Do you have a second?
Do you have a second? Yes? I screwed up. What happened? I submitted for all the credentials, but I did it alphabetically. So you and Paulie got left off the list. We only got a certain number, and R and W were left off the list. And I go, what?
Like Ben got one, didn't even need one.
Didn't need one because you have one from Channel 10.
I'm much closer to the start of the front of the alphabet.
He had two. He had one from Channel 10 and one from 97 the fan that he couldn't use.
Klug.
So Paulie and Klug got his. Everybody else. Me and Paulie were like, oh, okay. My wife and I ended up buying tickets. Go figure. Cost us a fortune to watch the Dodgers and
Dude, I did that in 2022 because I did the playoffs. I think it was the NLDS had a ticket or had a credential.
Yeah.
Wanted to bring Megan. Went online, got a Gallagher Square ticket.
Yeah.
It was like $350
just to walk around.
game.
I know.
To walk, not even have a seat.
Bro, it was unbelievable. Last year, I'll never forget getting that call. I made a mistake. What did you do? I did it alphabetically with everyone on the station. I go, okay, hello.
You're doing the math.
And I'm doing math. I'm like, well, Tony doesn't need one. Ben doesn't need one. Ben actually got one. They can't change it. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, this all runs through Major League Baseball's credentialing process.
I was crying.
We could call the Padres, whoever's in charge, and scream at them. We could offer them $10,000. Like, we don't control that. You have to go through the league.
It's all through the league. And once it's in, it can't be fixed. So, look, if the Padres make the World Series, it would be amazing. And I'm not going to complain about wherever I watch the games, but I did find it hysterical that I've already been told if they make the World Series, you're not going. So at least on our dime.
But you don't want to go, so it doesn't matter.
If you are one of the big jinxers, that almost guarantees they're going to be there.
Guarantees your World
Woods
Series
cannot go and Paulie cannot go if the Padres make the World Series.
I was in tears. I was in tears.
Now,
Yes, I was thinking about it all day long, going, you don't really want. I was like doing it to Hannah. You don't really want to do this, do you?
Now they'd already bought us, first class plane tickets and luxury hotel accommodations. No chance they make the World Series, but because we can't go, probably increases their odds.
It's wild though too, because it would be very, if it's Astros and Padres, right? And Ben is in Houston and he's like, I gotta go to a stand-up for Channel 10 or whatever. Or I'm talking to Jose Altuve later. Like, Paulie and I, like, we're just back here rotting and everyone's out in Houston having a great time. All the tier ones are flying out for the game. Paulie and I are like, where are we watching the game? I guess I was watching home with the kids. I mean, it is wild to think about. So I think it's already been decided. Padres do make the World Series. Paulie and I will be here. So maybe we can all hang out and do something together. You will not be here.
Likely not.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And you know what? Everything's fluid.
That's true.
When it comes to radio and television.
God, that was funny, man. So funny. Does that make you uncomfortable? Me making fun of our boss like that?
No. I mean,
I'm not wrong, though, am I? I didn't exaggerate.
He was very excited when he heard that I could be there without them having to pay for it.
You couldn't even hide.
And I know Adam's listening. He could not hide his excitement.
He could not.
On that one.
He really, the poker face, he got two kings and he was like, oh
God.
Out of his head. Now, he better hope that my boss at Channel 10 is not listening right now, because she will probably want to call Adam and go, oh,
let's split it.
Let's split this cost. And, I'll make sure that he's
free.
free.
You have the wrong number.
You're breaking us free. I'll make sure he's free during his radio hours. And then he can work for us right after that, just for splitting the cost.
You've reached the Adam Klug's voicemail. I'm not here. Please leave a message. So good.
The number you are trying to reach has been disconnected. Please hang up and try again. Beep.
It's like with health insurance. You know how they always ask you, are you also getting insurance from another employer? This is like that with World Series travel.
Yes.
Are you getting World Series travel with any of your other employers as well, so we can not pay you as much in your insurance coverage?
He is such a gem. It's such a gem. You can see right. It's like my kids asking me for something. I can see right through his BS. So good. good. His little eyes. When Ben said, I'm actually going through Channel 10. I don't have to get it. You don't have to get me credit. You have to do nothing. I mean, he was so fired up, dude.
All right, Paul,
I love you, Adam. Love you so much.
Lock the lines for me.
Oh, man.
Because I know everyone wants to win this prize, and it's a Throwback Thursday, which means it's not Take on Woods Day. It's a real or fake day. Everybody eligible to try to win the grand prize monthly trip to the Sphere in Las Vegas to see the Eagles perform on January 30th, 2-night stay at the Venetian, $100 gas card. We will play our Throwback Thursday game of real or fake coming up next. The number, which will be a busy signal right now, I believe, is 833-288-0973. But in a couple of minutes, Paulie's going to unlock the lines. We will pick a contestant. We will play our daily game of real or fake and chance to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas. Coming up next, and then Eno Sarris at the bottom of the hour with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, first, let me tell you, if you woke up this morning and you're feeling not great, your joints are killing you, you have a hard time getting out of bed, walking down or up the stairs, that nagging joint pain, you know it, you've become very familiar with it. Sometimes it's from years of hard work. Wasn't really the case for me. Sometimes it just pops up and shows up like exactly what it did in my wrists. Either way, it's been calling the shots in your life for way too long. Do what I did. Put a stop to it right now. Call QC Kinetics here in San Diego. They flipped the script for me. Regenerative medicine, advanced cellular treatments, helped my body heal, restore the damage I had in my very painful wrist. They don't cover it up. They don't cut it out of you. They actually help heal and restore. The results are long-term. It's lasting relief. It's been incredible, man. Back in the gym, be heading to the gym today, lifting weights heavier than I ever have before at 50 years old. So couldn't have done it without them. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime, smarter, natural way to get your freedom back. Grab the phone, call them today. Locations in Hillcrest and Torrey Hills for you. 619-614-PAIN. 619-614-PAIN. They are QC Kinetics. I am a huge, huge fan. Call them again, 619-614-PAIN.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
Don't go use the restroom, Ben, when you're laughing so hard that you can't control yourself.
Oops.
Because I was laughing at the urinal with Paulie, and I was like, all right, this is going to become a problem. You got a problem.
It's very hard to...
It was hard to aim and continue. Wow. My belly was... Paulie was doing Adam at the blackjack table.
Did you leave a Tyrrell Hatton level tip for the housekeeping staff?
I didn't make a mess, but it was not a comfortable experience. Okay. But him doing Adam playing blackjack is the best thing I've ever...
Hit me. I'll stay.
It just murders me every time.
Just some.
So would you like insurance? How much?
Is it? God. All right, let's get serious now.
Just a quick Padres note before we get to real or fake. The Padres have announced that catcher Ethan Salas is going to be one of 8 prospects invited to the Arizona Fall League. So trying to make up for lost time after Salas missed most of this past season due to the stress reaction in his back. He has been cleared for baseball activities. He's ramping up, but the minor league season is ending, I think, pretty much over at the lowest levels, and he hasn't had a chance to really play at all since, April. So they're going to try to get him some at-bats and some playing time in the Fall League. May even play Winter League as well. They have not ruled that out. The Arizona Fall League begins on October 6th. So some off-season news, but obviously not worried about that right now. We're worried about in-season stuff. We'll talk smart baseball with Eno Sarris coming up, but right now, let's play real or fake.
Some are here for the compelling sports talk with Ben and Woods. Yeah, you can go plow through another donut. It's time for Real or Fake on 97.3 The Fan. Tell the people what they'll win today.
What you can win is the grand prize, the monthly drawing for the trip to see the Eagles at the Sphere Las Vegas. 2 tickets to the show on January 30th, a 2-night stay at the Venetian Resort Las Vegas, a Vibey VIP package, and a $100 gas card. Get your tickets for the Eagles at the Sphere at Ticketmaster.com. Real or Fake, brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and it was Terry who got in on our jam-packed phone lines. Good morning, Terry.
Morning, Ben.
Morning. All right, here's your chance to qualify. You need to get 4 out of 7 right. And while it's not Take on Woods, there is a musical bent today to real or fake, because since we're sending you to the Eagles are the subject of today's game of real or fake. I'm going to give you a song title. You tell me if it was a real single released by the Eagles or a fake I've made up for today's game. And you're not getting...
It sounds easy.
You're not getting Hotel California on this one.
Sounds easy, but
these are a little tougher. Now, you get one phone a friend to Woods, because I know he's going to be good at this game. So you can't just ask him every time. You get one phone a friend, but otherwise it's up to you, Terry. You ready to play?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, round number 1. Real or fake Eagles single? 7 Bridges Road. Real or fake?
Sounds real.
Yep.
Real is correct.
There are stars. You're supposed to sing with me.
I don't
harmonize.
I don't even know that one.
In the southern sky. You don't know that one?
I don't know that one.
Good Lord.
All right, round number 2.
Like a robot.
Outlaw Man. Real or fake? Terry, Outlaw Man.
Let's see if get a phone a friend.
So they did this whole outlaw
this is
album.
your one.
They did this whole outlaw album. They dressed up like outlaws. I don't know if they released it as a single, Terry, but I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say it's real.
Terry?
All right, let's go for it. Yes.
Real is correct.
Yes.
2 for 2. You're doing well. All right, no more
Good
phone
logic.
friends, though. You're on your own for these last. You got to get 2 out of the last 5 right. You're trending well.
All right.
Round number 3. Love will keep us alive. Real or fake, Terry?
That sounds fake.
It's real.
Let's do it. All right, that's 1. That's all right. You're still ahead, 2-1. All right, here we go. Round number 4. Get over it. Real or fake, Terry?
What's the call again?
Get over it. Real or fake?
Let's go real.
If Woods is singing it, it probably sounds real. Helping him out. All right, here we go. Round number 5.
Whoops.
Long before the dawn. Real or fake?
I see a pattern here. I think real.
Oh.
It's fake.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. That's all right. You still have 2 chances left to get the last one right.
Right.
Round number 6. Rust and Roses. Real or fake?
That sounds fake.
Fake.
Terry has done it. He is qualified number 2 this month for the trip to Las Vegas. Stand the line, Paul. You'll get all your information. And good luck at the end of the month. We'll pick one winner to go see the Eagles at the Sphere.
That's the last one.
Shadow on the Highway.
Fake.
Very good. You were solid. You had no problem with that category.
None whatsoever.
That's why I limited you to just the one.
Good idea.
Phone a friend, although you were over there kind of giving facial reactions.
Yeah.
Coughing.
Real. Fake. Yeah, great job.
All right, we'll go back to Take
Rust
on Woods
and
tomorrow.
Roses, by the way. Rust and Roses. All right.
Sounded kind of Eagles.
It does sound a little Eaglesy.
Eagles adjacent.
Yeah, it's Eagles adjacent for sure.
You know, try to make fake ones that could possibly be believable. All right, Eno Sarris, Smart Baseball coming up. We'll talk about the Padres and small ball. What the Smart Baseball perspective is to bunting. Spoiler alert. It's not good usually.
Not great.
That's coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan. First, though, Woods and I want to tell you about Trust and Will. You were reading that email from Tier 1. His father passed away, and he happened to throw it in the aside. Did have the will, though. It is important if you don't have your affairs in order. And I don't care what age you are. You're young, you're in your 30s. If you have a family and want to make sure they're taken care of, if you have kids and you want to make sure that, you name the guardian and not the courts, the state,
correct,
you need to have a will. And if you want to have your assets transferred over to your family, you need to have a trust, Woods.
You have to, man. And keeps your family out of probate court, which can be lengthy and expensive. It's something that even if you've done, make sure the people in your life, right, your mom and dad, make sure everything is covered for them. Like, it just keeps everything so much easier. It's already a very difficult time, but Trust and Will makes it very simple. Go to trustandwill.com, use the code radio20. When you check out, they're going to give you 20% off.
I know a lot of people avoid it. I did, because I didn't want to have to go to a lawyer. Expensive, time consuming, find the office, billable hours. None of that with trustandwill.com. It's all online. It's hassle-free. And then you get the estate documents that are absolutely legit. Put them in your filing cabinet, your safe, whatever. You don't have to think about them again, but you got that peace of mind that you've taken care of your family by going to trustandwill.com. Use code radio20 at checkout, trustandwill.com.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
And anyone who's seen the movie Moneyball knows that modern baseball analytics frown on sacrifice bunts. They eloquently wrote it into the movie script, of course.
They're giving you an out, man. They're just giving it to you. Take it. Say thank you.
The book by Michael Lewis, well documented.
Took a long time to get there.
Now, that was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, when the Moneyball A's went on their 20-game winning streak and went on that run. There has been evolutions in analytics since then. I want to talk to Eno Sarris about that as the Padres have embraced this small ball identity that is so antithetical to what, modern baseball has become in many ways. We'll chat with Eno, get to some smart baseball right after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring public safety dispatchers. Well, guys, northbound 5 finally cleared that accident involving a car and a motorcycle near the 54. It's all over the right shoulder, but now North 5 coastline in trouble. Oceanside Boulevard, accident involving 5 or 6 vehicles, possibly a semi thrown into the mix. This got the 2 right lanes blocked, northbound 5 at Oceanside Boulevard. Also traveling on northbound 15 past Scripps Poway Parkway. Stalled vehicle over the right shoulder. Southbound at 15, dealing with the stall just past West Bernardo. It's over the right shoulder of the HOV lane. The Oceanside Police Department is hiring public safety dispatchers. Earn up to $87,000 a year. Lateral bonus is up to $11,000. 12-hour shifts, 3-day work weeks, paid holidays, benefits, and retirement. What are you waiting for? Apply at joinopd.net. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's time for the super polished, yet to be named Smart Baseball Weekly segment with Eno Sarris, son of a bitch. brought to you by 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from the ballpark by the bay in Chula Vista. Here's Eno Sarris with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Let's set the stage for Eno a little bit because we've talked about it a lot this morning. Last night's game, Padres Reds, fourth inning, scoreless. Padres going up against a tough starting pitcher in Andrew Abbott. They get the first 2 runners on base for Jackson Merrill, who attempts a sacrifice bunt. The runner is forced at third. The Padres end up not scoring in the inning, and Abbott ends up going 8 strong innings, allowing just a solo home run. Woods, pretty outraged that Jackson Merrill would even attempt a sacrifice bunt in that situation. Good morning, Eno. You've jumped right into the hornet's nest today.
That's right.
So I did turn that game on, but I did not see that inning. And if I had, I would have been yelling at the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, and the way I described it, Eno, is that, the small ball philosophy earlier in the year with the limited amount of good players, especially at the bottom, I literally had no problem with it. Martin Maldonado, if you have a chance to move a runner over.
Yuli Gurriel.
Yeah, Yuli Gurriel. Like, do it. I have no problem with it. The personnel wasn't quite there. The personnel is here now, but I fear that this small ball mentality has invaded the clubhouse and the fan base, honestly, like a flu. And that Jackson Merrill comes up, and I don't think he got the bunt sign at all. I think Jackson Merrill goes, man, this is what we consider good and smart baseball here. I'm gonna drop it down. And again, if you're gonna do it, make sure you do it right. But he
what was the base out? What was the situation you said? It was
2 on, nobody out. Forgot the first 2 runners on.
Yeah, 2 on, nobody out.
Jackson Merrill, who was batting in the 6th hole yesterday, coming up.
Yeah, bunted it to the first baseman, threw right to third, got the lead runner. We don't score.
There are more egregious situations. For example, bunting a guy from first to second.
Oh yeah.
With 0 to 1 outs, that costs your team a quarter of a run. I know this is theoretical. I know there is no such thing as a quarter of a run, but in terms of expected runs scored, you cost yourself a quarter of a run. What he did, moving from first and second and 0 outs, you'd expect to score 1.6 runs in that situation, across baseball in the 2020s. And then moving to second and third with 1 out, you expect to score 1.4 runs. So similar amount of runs.
And that's assuming you successfully get it down, which you don't do every single time.
Right.
And Jackson Merrill didn't successfully get it done last night.
Good point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
point.
It's tough. Go ahead.
The other thing that you can say is like, if it's the 9th inning and 1 run wins the game, there are ways to look at the math and say, what's my chance of scoring 1 run? Because 1 run either wins the game or it's a reduced run environment.
Well, 2 days ago when the Padres were in the bottom of the 10th inning and it was a tie game, had the runner at second, bunted the runner over to third, Fernando hits a sac fly to win the game. That's brilliant. That's good strategy, right?
Good strategy.
That is good strategy because 1 run wins the game and you're playing for 1 run. You don't care about the drop from 1.3 to 1.1. You care about what is my percentage likelihood of scoring 1 run, and that does go up. So, you could, let's say it's like a no-hitter, even if it's so that suggests that late bunts are okay and early bunts are a bad deal. I mean, if you expect a game to go 1-0, and I don't know, I don't know what it is, if Cease's dealing, or if it's just like vintage Kershaw against vintage Yu Darvish or something, where you're just like, oh man, it's gonna be a 1-0 game.
Yeah.
Then you do it, right? Because then you're like, 1 run might win this game. But, in today's game, we expect to score, 4 runs, 3-4 runs at least. And so doing that in the first inning suggests that suggests almost like that you think that the Padres won't score 3 or 4 runs tonight.
That's it.
Which they didn't, but that doesn't mean you should go in with the mindset that way. You should, early on, you should score as many runs as you can because you don't know what the number is that's going to win.
Yep. Yeah, it's a flu.
It's
a flu.
And then you factor in Mason Miller and Robert Suarez both down going into the game. I'm like, well, you shouldn't be like settling for a 1-0 game.
Right,
then.
because it's going to be
That
the
too, yeah.
dicier guys at the end, And listen, hindsight is 20/20, as we always say. It's really easy from our chair, but it's been kind of a pervasive, and they're leading Major League Baseball in sack bunts by a long stretch, man. Nobody else is really doing this.
Well, yeah, I was going to point that out. So, like, another way you can look at it is just like how do they fit into the landscape? And so, let's say the Padres have allowed the second fewest runs in baseball.
Yes.
So let's say they think we're playing in the small run environment. So sometimes one run is more important to us than other teams, right?
Right.
They've the Washington Nationals have allowed 230 more runs than the Padres. Like, they should not bunt. They are not going to win by one run.
Right.
They need to score all the runs. And that can be true for varying things. So let's compare them to just the other teams that don't allow many runs, that play in the smaller run environment. Texas, Kansas City, Milwaukee. Okay. So now you go over to the hitting side and you say, of those teams, so the ones that play in these tight games, how many of them, how do they compare to those guys in sacrifice hits? And it's true, the Royals are in third place. The Royals have 28 sacrifice hits this year. The Padres have 45. Wow. And Milwaukee, who ostensibly plays in tight games just like that, they have 24. So it's just an order and above. So even if you compare them to other teams that are playing tight games, like, they are like basically 50% out in front of the field. And it reduces their chances of big innings. It reduces their chances of putting crooked numbers up there. It can increase the chance of one run, but in this day and age, not a lot of 1-0 games. I know I'm saying that after a tight game, but
yeah,
just usually you want to play for the big number.
That's important, because we're arguing, even with the hindsight, that it was a close game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if we knew that one run was going to win the game, then bunts. But you don't know in the fourth inning, as Eno's saying, that one run is going to win the game. Now, this week, Eno ranked all the teams that are currently in playoff position by their best 3 starting pitchers, like who you would be throwing in a 3-game wild card series.
Are we last?
We are last.
I asked you the same question this morning, Betty. I didn't know this, and I asked you the same question.
Now,
are we the weakest?
No, this is interesting, because it's trending toward a Padres-Cubs playoff series right now. Could change, but I'd say it's more likely now than not that the Padres and Cubs will meet at Wrigley Field in a wild card series. Cubs are also right near the bottom of the list when it comes to the starting pitching matchups. So you actually knocked the Padres down below the Cubs on feel?
Well, a little bit. One of the problems was that was before King came back. So I was like, the projections are saying that King is healthy, and I haven't seen it yet, And then the other one is the projections have loved Dylan Cease all year. And at some point you're like, okay, maybe not this, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, I know he has the strikeout rate of an ace. I know that he should have a 3.3 ERA, but when he struggles like this over and over again, at some point you're like, all right, I'm just going to leave those projections away. So I didn't knock them down a lot. By projections, they should have been like, 10th, and I put them 12th or something. And I would say that a Cubs matchup would be a great matchup for them, because the two teams would ostensibly score a fair amount of runs on the starters, and then the Padres get to go to the bullpen of death, or whatever nickname people come up with for it. And the Cubs lost their 100-mile-an-hour closer, and basically don't have anybody that the Padres should be scared of in that bullpen.
That's good to know. That's really good to know. I don't know how much now you've done a lot of deep diving on Fernando Tatis Jr. throughout the season. It's a bit of a mystery, and you're starting to see him, and you tweeted about it last night, going out and getting the ball, driving the ball out of the ballpark, pull side, which has been great to see. Obviously need more of it, want more of it. He wants more of it. We all do. What are you seeing, if anything, if you've done any sort of dive into what Manny Machado is going through right now? Because it has been a death march for Manny. I mean, he's batting like 160 in the last month or so, not driving the baseball like he was at the beginning of the year. Anything at all jump off the page at you?
Yeah, I mean, he he has the lowest pull rate of his career too, and so this team pulls at the bottom of the charts, compared to other teams. And Manny and Tatis and Merrill all have the lowest pull rates of their careers. And as much as Manny gets a lot of benefit of getting on base and batting for batting average by going the other way and hitting doubles the other way. When he's hitting for power, it's tank jobs to the pull side. I mean, we've all seen that a million times. And so I don't think this, going the other way strategy is really working that well for all of the Padres, in particular the big power Padres. So that's sort of my diagnosis. But I would also just say that, like, Manny does this from time to time. I've watched enough of him to say, like, he goes through these periods where he is filleting the ball to the other side, and then I wonder if sometimes he's trying to lull the pitchers into sleep to maybe throw him something inside that he can tank to the pull side. So if I look at his batting stance, it's the same as ever. If I look at his swing speed, it's about the same as ever. He's letting the ball travel a little bit more than he has in the past, and I think that's that opposite field
approach,
that strategy. So I'd say, hey, go get that ball. I'd say the same thing to him that I would have said to Tatis. The nice thing for Tatis is that he is going in getting the ball. This is in terms of where he makes contact with the ball, it's the closest to the pitcher it's been in the last 3 years, in the last month.
Good.
And I think we've seen what that does, is that it opens up the power. Now, it does open you up for a little bit of whiff, but Manny and Tatis, and Manny in particular, has such great elite bat-to-ball ability that, I think you can go get the ball and still, have enough ability to kind of, oops, I was mistaken, blow the hands and do something with the ball anyway.
I'm going to text him right now. All right.
I don't know. I feel we
don't have enough time.
Don't have enough time to get into it. All right. We'll save that one maybe for next week.
Do it. Do it. I'm giving you permission.
Are you giving me permission? All right. Paulie's going to let me ask one more question, because we've talked all year long about the Padres' approach. Not just Tatis and Manny Machado, but kind of Petco Park hitting. And I saw some numbers this morning. Letters to AJ's blogger, smart blogger who covers the Padres, and he had the numbers. Barreled balls at Petco Park. And Jackson Merrill barreled one in the ninth inning. Looked like could have been a game-winning 2-run home run. 105 off the bat, 24-degree launch angle. Died at the warning track. And the numbers now over a whole season kind of bear it out. Petco Park has the shortest traveled distance on barreled balls, 373 feet. Of any ballpark in baseball. That's like 10 feet shorter than average. The Padres can't, that ballpark is now, it does hurt them when it comes to these powers, because even when they barrel the ball, they're not getting rewarded for it,
Yeah, that is a park effect right there. And, I suppose that gives birth to an opposite field strategy, and all I can say is that opposite field barrels do even worse than pulled barrels. So that might actually be a little bit of a confounding variable in there. Let's see if I can do this real quick. But if you do pulled barrels, do you see the same effect? So I'm doing pulled barrels, hit distance. Because a pulled barrel, if you golf, this. Like,
long left. Yeah, you pull it left, it goes longer than you think it's supposed to. When you hit it right, it goes shorter. When I'm a right-hander, at least.
Spin on the ball, yeah.
Why do other teams hit it out here? Why do other teams? I got to know those numbers. I have to look.
Pulling their barrels.
They're pulling it.
I'm sure Brian Hayes is going, why didn't I get a home run last night? Stayed, enough that Ramon Laureano was able to rob it. Tyler Stevenson the other day. Those are also park effects.
I just ran the numbers. Even if you limit it to pulled barrels, they are last in distance on pulled barrels. So it's a weather effect. It's a park effect. But all I say is, a pulled barrel is still better than an opposite field barrel. So,
better chance.
You still kind of want to pull it.
Okay. All right. I can get behind that. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you very much.
Thank you very much.
Always enlightening.
Appreciate it. And Paulie, thank you for letting me ask one more question and going a moment or two late.
I'm glad you did.
Take care, Eno.
Thanks, brother.
Bye, guys.
Tony says in the chat, Petco Park built for Tony Gwynn base hits, doubles, and line drives. Tony Gwynn never played at Petco Park, unfortunately.
That would have been a very poor
decision
thinking process.
Already
there.
retired by the time that they got to Petco Park. All right, we will come back. Our Reindl Report, we're going to move it up to 9 o'clock in our next segment. That is coming up next with Ben and Woods, and a football threesome ahead as well here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Don't go away.
been the under 7.5 hit with the Cincinnati Reds that I said for home runs after you said they wouldn't hit it. They're not a home run hitting team. They got 5. We got 0. We got 1. We got 1.
They still aren't. I was surprised they weren't a home run hitting team. Again, I thought, these guys probably have 3 or 4, 20, 25 home run hitters. They still don't have any 20 home run hitters as they leave town.
Playing at that bandbox that they play in Cincinnati, you would think more. But again, we just talked about that the opposing team hits more home runs at Petco Park than the Padres.
Yes.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's approach, right? You can't have two different approaches on the road.
If your approach is to hit home runs, you're not going to do great at Petco Park because it does suppress home runs. So the Padres, and you heard Victor Rodriguez early in the season talking about, we're going to be a gap-to-gap line drive hitting team. Not that worried about the home runs, because if we try to hit home runs at Petco Park, you're going to hit a lot of warning track flies. So they don't do it. But then that approach also then carries over on the road as well, where you could hit more home runs. And the net result is you end up being second to last in baseball in home runs at the end of the season.
Can I interest you in an offense that is mostly made up of bunting? Could I interest you in
Probably
that,
not.
Perhaps? Okay. All right. Because that's what you got.
Quickly, before we get to the Reindl Report, want to shout out to Tier 1 Rob, his daughter Penelope, raising money on her fun run. You just commented on it.
What's his handle?
Sex Luger. Actually, it's at Rob Bishop SD.
His handle was what?
She's trying to raise Sex Luger.
All right, save that.
I'm pretty sure we already have.
Yeah,
I think you do. Trying to raise money.
How much did you donate?
I haven't donated any because I don't like the concept. I don't think anything is fun about running.
I donate $50.
I hate it.
I don't like the concept of
giving the little kids.
When I was in school, we used to have the jogathon. I dreaded it. There's nothing fun about running.
Nothing.
It's not. I mean, they try to make it seem like it was this fun. How many laps can you do? I don't want to run laps.
I can do 1 lap.
I don't want to do any laps. Like, you'll donate like 10 cents per lap run around, and you have these little kids with unlimited energy who would run like 72 laps, and I buy like a 3 in the hour.
Paulie, that is the 3 things he hates the most: little kids, running, and donating money.
Yeah.
It all wrapped into one. That's like the worst thing for you on the planet.
Personal hell.
She's really cute, though.
Penelope is an angel.
Really cute,
She's an angel. I love her. Love her. And go crush it today.
Yeah.
I did not
call her Penelope.
I did not do the per lap bit.
Oh, you just did
the flat fee.
Yeah, that per lap thing can start adding up if you're not careful.
I think
if you have a little psycho,
if you're the kid too, you're like, oh, sweet, I got a flat rate. Like I don't have to feel any pressure
100%.
to run extra
I want
laps.
all flat rates.
Yeah.
Hey, how many laps you do? 1. I gave $700. You raised $1,000. You ran 1 lap. Yep. Sure did.
All right, Paul, you ready for a Reindl Report?
Oh, sure.
New time slot here, 9:04 a.m. Let's do it. And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Happy Thursday, gentlemen.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. I got 1 sports-ish story for you guys, and then maybe we'll have some fun here. Not much of a sports story, but I thought this stood out to me. I saw that the Washington Capitals are doing something, I don't want to say new, because they've done it before. Every sports team used to do this. They're bringing it back. For season ticket holders, the Capitals will be offering, if they want it, paper tickets for next season. And it doesn't sound like it's that big of a deal, and it's not at the end of the day.
I see people lamenting it quite a bit.
I think a lot of people missed at least the option to have a paper ticket, a stub from the game that they're going to. I used to have a couple as a kid and teenager. Like, you're like, man, that was such an awesome game. I cannot believe I was there for that. And you save the ticket stub.
Yeah, there are stub people, and then there are not stub people. I never was a stub guy. I collect a lot of stuff.
Yeah, most people are no longer stub people because every organization does the digital tickets.
But that's like the one thing when I was little, I was like, I could throw my stubs. I know you threw your stubs away.
I mean, I was mad that I had to keep them to show to the usher so you could like have your seat. Like you'd get up from your seat and like, do you still have your ticket so you can get back to your seat?
Yes.
And what's the worst? You get to the game, you park your car like way out in the lot, and then you get to the gate and goes, I left the tickets in the car.
I've left the tickets at home.
Oh, you gotta go home. You
Yep.
left the tickets. It's like it's much better
So,
off now. We're much better off.
We lament things that are gone simply just because they're gone, I think. Right? It's not here, so I want it. You don't really want it. You really like it the way that it is. It's better.
It's
know
better.
it's better.
It's better. I'm sure there's still a way where you can use your digital ticket, like use the app to get in.
If an option, if you want to
yeah,
have
if
it
you
as
left
a
your
souvenir.
tickets in the car, I don't
Great,
think
fine.
you have to go back and get them. I'm sure you can still do it. I do wish there was a way to like it, not only for special games, playoff games, or a no-hitter was thrown or something like that, but just any game that you go to, you have the option to maybe order a printed ticket.
Options are always better.
Never really thought about it. Washington Capitals is kind of a dumb name. We'd be like the San Diego, America's finest cities if we did that here. That would be dumb. No?
San Diego beaches.
That's what you got?
I don't know.
All right.
I have one ticket stub. I just remembered. Still, I think
Yeah.
it's probably the only one. It was the 2011 Mountain West tournament. Was there in Vegas. San Diego State beat BYU. It was one of my favorite sporting events that I've ever been to. And there was a picture of Coach Fisher holding up the net that they just cut down. I got to meet him years later. This was I was 20 years old. I was in college. Years later, I'm working in radio. I get to work with Steve Fisher. I had him sign it. It's framed. And then the ticket stub from that game is in like the matted frame, and it looks pretty cool.
And I think teams they'll offer you one if you ask for it or order it. I think
you have to order it, but it's
baby's
like-
first game or something.
Yeah, but it's it's very special. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting if there was an option. $5 and you can we'll have it printed and mailed to your house or something like that. I think that'd be a cool idea. But yeah, that's what I saw yesterday from the Washington Capitals that I just learned Ben does not like that name.
Yeah, not a fan.
All right, we'll move on from sports. This was a couple of days ago, but Apple did their annual event where they talk about the new products that they will be rolling out for the fall here in, I think, like a week. The new iPhone, the new Apple Watch, and what I wanted to talk about was the new AirPods, the new AirPod 3s, I believe they are at. Yeah, Woodsy.
Gonna get me.
They're gonna get you.
They're gonna get me.
Like everything, marginal improvements. It fits better in your ear, longer battery, stuff like that. All of that's there. But what stood out to me was they are gonna have a translation feature in the AirPods. It's like using technology that's in this beta form right now. They're still working on it. Select languages, but in theory, you have your AirPods in, and let's say you're traveling in Barcelona.
Whoa.
You could walk into a market or something and talk to somebody in a different language. You are just talking normally in English, and you hold your phone up with the screen facing the person you're talking to, and it hears your voice and what you're saying, and it translates in Spanish to the person that you're talking to. Vice versa. If the person is speaking in a different language to you, your AirPods hear it. They mute out all of the surrounding noise, and you hear like an AI voice in your AirPods in your native language. They're translating
It's like Dominic says, I need that to watch the Padres game on my television
True.
now.
You don't need new cable. You just need the new AirPods, and
Well,
it'll translate it
so
for you.
listen,
So if you said "hola," I would hear in my earphones
Hello.
Yes.
They're like muffed, like muted volume, and then you'd hear hello.
Or if I said hello to you,
your phone would then say
hola,
"hola"
hola.
to the person that you're
So,
talking to.
I'm going to put it up here on the stream and we can talk through it. But they did put out like an example of how this works in the real world.
AirPods Pro will help you understand them in your preferred language. Using a new simple gesture, live translation begins. Translating Spanish, while ANC lowers the volume of the person speaking. so
The
it's
noise
easier
canceling.
to focus on the translation.
Hola, bienvenida.
Hi.
Hoy todos los claveles.
Hello, welcome. Today, all the red carnations are 50% off. And
Whoa.
it doesn't just translate individual words.
Isn't that
The
crazy?
meaning of each phrase is translated for you. When you need to talk, just speak naturally.
I'd love to take some of these to my sister for her birthday. I'll buy 8, please.
And then you hold your phone
Your
up.
iPhone displays your words in their language and can even read them out loud if needed.
Vale.
Live translation is even more useful when both people are wearing AirPods Pro.
Wow.
You can go on, but you get the idea.
It's going to
of
make
it.
my move to Paris much easier. Much. I was worried that I really need to start diving into the French language. I don't.
This is it's very Star Trek. They had the universal translator, so everything was in English when you're watching it. Why are aliens all speaking English? They just said, "Oh, you'd have a universal translator,
Brilliant.
just automatically translates everything." We now have that.
That is really
Now,
cool. What are they? $5,000?
Let me get the actual price here.
The conspiracy theorists, of course, will say now that all the new stuff is
$250.
coming out, your old Apple stuff will stop working in a few days.
Oh, that's happened to me.
It's one of those that we all kind of believe.
I shouldn't say it because I've had 2 pairs of AirPods for like 2 years, and I haven't lost
either one.
I have been so good. I have been so good at protecting these. Be tough for me to give them up because
today you're going to lose one of each.
No doubt.
It
won't work at all. I have
You're
to
going to lose the left on both sets
now,
or something.
Paulie, speaking of Apple, you made the switch 3 months ago from Spotify to Apple Music.
I did, yes.
And it's a process, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in the gym the other day, and I had Spotify on, and I go, oh, I wonder if there's that extended version of. It's not on Spotify. I wonder if Apple Music has the one single because they do that.
Pay for
sometimes.
both Apple and.
Well, I get my Apple through Verizon.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I don't pay for it, but I have it, and I don't use it a lot.
You should.
I put a song on, Ben. It almost deafened me. The volume the volume and the quality is 900 times better. But it was like, whoa!
Yeah.
And I went, okay. I
was
just
I was
finally
with
saw the
Spotify
difference.
for over 15 years. It felt like probably 10 to 15 years of Spotify. And I made the switch, and I'm like, it's night and day. Apple,
I have so many.
The quality
I have
is better.
So many.
So what I did is they have third-party services. You sign up for like a monthly subscription, and you cancel it after 1 month. You log into Spotify, you log into your Apple Music, it'll transfer.
Merges it.
It transferred, I would guess like 90%, like playlists, everything. It'll transfer it over. There are some that are Spotify only or only on Apple.
The sound quality, was miles and finally. I was like, oh, I finally noticed, and the volume was like double.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I was like, I don't know if this is good for me or bad because I like my music really loud.
No, it was a significant improvement. One that I really like. I didn't even expect it to be that much better.
I was blown away.
Yeah.
And I got to make sure to tell Paulie about it.
I was paying pretty much the same, whether it was Spotify or Apple. So I just was like, you know what?
Well, mine's free. So, of course, I pay for another one.
Pay for the one that's the lesser quality.
Correct.
Remember back when we were growing up, they'd actually play oldies on AM radio in mono.
In mono.
It sounded like it was coming out of a tin can.
Out of a tin can. Yeah, 100%. This sounds.
Now you're probably going to get a voicemail from somebody that works at Spotify.
Yeah, hey, we'd love to keep your business.
Heard on your podcast that you didn't like your service.
Crazy.
No, I know, and I'm sure every major headphone company is going to have this technology. Some probably already have it, but I don't know. That stood out to me. I always get a little bit interested when Apple does their big annual September. Here's what's coming out, and see what they got. But that was the biggest takeaway. And then finally, I've got falls under the stupid news category, but there is a couple in Shanghai, China, that has filed for divorce after 2 years of marriage.
Quick one.
Which, you never want to see that. They did have a baby boy last year, and they couldn't agree on a name. In fact, they could not agree on a name so badly that is the reason they ended up getting divorced.
Wow. So there's a nameless baby out there.
Both parties had the name that they wanted for their baby boy, and they were so dug in that they just never named baby.
And then it snowballs. And you always do this. No, you do this. Yeah. And then it goes from, hey, let's give a little. No, you do this. No, I do this. And
dude, it says here, like
spirals.
Without a name, a birth certificate can't be issued. And so then you're thinking about like any future doctor's appointment. Like it just all compounded, and they would not pick a name.
We had some.
At some point, does the powers that be just have to pick one of the others?
Yes. It says here, in the year since the boy's birth, the hospital tried to issue a makeshift birth certificate, and the court tried to force the parents to just get their stuff together, pick a name.
His name is Mike.
Nothing worked. They would not do it. Well, so finally, they just got divorced. There's now a custody battle over the kid.
Over blank.
Seems like this could have all been avoided with one very simple solution. Flip a dang coin.
Flip a coin.
Now, there was a note here. It says, in modern day America, there's an unspoken rule. So I don't know what that means, but it says there's an unspoken rule. If the parents don't agree on a name, they can just give the hospital can just give a default name. If it's a girl, Olivia. If it's a boy,
Adam. Hey, can you guys name me, please?
Right. And then the debate's over. Ridiculous. If you want to go through the legal process of changing the name later, go for it. But they're like, we're naming this baby Adam.
Yeah, hello. We had some discussions. Like Hannah wanted to name one of the kids Ace, and I go, look, it's Ace Woods. That sounds like Bud. Ace Woods. It's two S's. I go, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Now I wanted to name Bo. Originally, I wanted Waylon Woods. I like the WW.
Waylon.
That would have been cool.
Like Waylon, like Waylon Jennings.
Like Waylon Jennings. Yeah, I thought it was Waylon Woods. I thought it was a good name. But then it was like Waylon Woods, like whining.
Yeah.
Waylon. Yeah. So we finally settled on Bo. And then she goes, well, I want to put my dad's name in there. I go, great, Bo Lauren Woods. And she said, no, Lauren Bo Woods. And I go, okay, he'll go by Bo. She said, yes. I said, well, let's just name him Bo. Now everywhere he goes, oh, aren't you a sweet little girl, Lauren? How are you? And he's like, whatever.
Every first day of school is Lauren here.
Yeah. Lauren Woods. So
yeah,
did you just settle?
You were right.
I was. Bo Lauren would have been fine.
We eventually just came to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Ace Woods. Terrible. It's a terrible name. Right? I love the name Ace. It's just Ace Higgins. Better. Ace Reindl. Fantastic.
I got the S at the end.
This doesn't sound
Ace Higgins.
Well, you have two
syllables.
Yeah,
the syllable to break it up is
Ace Higgins is awesome. Awesome name. Ace Reindl. Great name. Killer name.
Ace Reindl sounds
Ace
really good.
Woods sucks. Sorry.
Ace Woods.
Thank you, Paulie. I like it.
Thank you, Paulie. We got a football threesome coming your way next. Look at tonight's matchup. Pretty good one, actually. For a Thursday night game, our intriguing matchup of the week and our best bet, all coming up next with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Speaking of best bets, you can't go wrong when you make your bets at 7 Mile Casino at the California-style blackjack tables, playing Texas Hold'em, Baccarat, or Pai Gow. It's San Diego's best, most upscale, closest card room, and it's right down the 5 freeway, Woods.
Well, yeah, man. What are you looking for when you want to go out and have an evening like that? You're looking for a fun place to play. You're looking for the right card games, Texas Hold'em, California-style blackjack, Pai Gow, Baccarat. You're looking for a smoke-free environment. You're looking for a place that has a good view. They have it all. And also, you're looking for a place that's close, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Make sure this weekend, if you haven't gone out yet, check out the Saturday and Sunday brunch at Sammy's at 7 Mile. It was voted the best in the South County. Only Saturdays and Sundays, though, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Enjoy it on that patio. Absolutely brilliant this time of year. You're not going to find a better spot than 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Preview the Padres Rockies series coming up in our final segment. I think it's fair to say that if you want any chance to catch the Dodgers at this point, it's must sweep. Not to make the playoffs, but to catch the Dodgers.
Yeah.
You know, you could make up some ground if you swept the Rockies.
You could.
The Giants have been playing well. They've got to play them 7 times this next week.
Yep. Real rivals.
Don't imagine that the Giants are going to go 0-7 in those games. So you have a chance to make up some ground, but you have to pretty much win every game if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Starts with the Rockies. We'll talk about that coming up. First, though, it is time for our weekly fall segment known as the NFL Threesome.
Can Ben and Woods interest you in a threesome?
A threesome would be fun.
No, not that kind of threesome.
Talk dirty to me.
We're talking end-arounds, the best tight ends in the world, and going all the way in this game of inches.
2 inches short, maybe less. Story of my life.
It's the NFL Threesome with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place, on 97.3 The Fan.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
All right, our NFL Threesome is look at tonight's game, our most intriguing matchup of the weekend, and we each do our best bets against the spread. Now, we will not be carrying tonight's game.
Correct.
For you. We have a Padres game, but you can watch it on Amazon Prime as the Washington Commanders take on the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field.
Something's got to give, Ben.
Packers 3.5-point favorites after their big win over the Detroit Lions in Week 1. Commanders also 1-0. Jaden Daniels with a nice performance in Week 1. And some people, I saw them talking about it on ESPN yesterday, think this is a potential NFC Championship preview game. Very early to say that, but both teams at least have some good things going for them early in the season.
It's crazy to see Deebo Samuel on the Commander. Is it not? It's just crazy to see. Jaden Daniels, a lot of fun to watch. Jordan Love, quietly, like a really, really good player. Yeah, man, at home in Lambeau, like both teams want to know. This is a really, really good matchup tonight. Going to be a fun one to, check the score as I'm watching the Padres hopefully decimate the Rockies.
Well, you can watch actually really the first half
before
the Padres game even starts if you wanted to tonight.
Not if you have flag football practice.
Now, for the most intriguing matchup, there's a very obvious choice this week.
It's so So obvious.
It's the Super Bowl rematch.
Like any other game, you're just lying to yourself. You're
Correct.
Trying to...
You're trying to spin something.
It's the Super Bowl rematch with the Eagles visiting the Chiefs. And all of a sudden, a really, really important game for the Chiefs.
Correct.
After they lost their opener to the Chargers in Brazil, will they fall to 0-2? The Eagles are favored on the road in this game by 1.5 points in Kansas City. It's the Sunday afternoon game on Fox at 1:25, but it's a national game. Should be available in all markets, and we'll see. I mean, you think that this is going to be a pretty already desperate Chiefs team, not wanting to start 0-2 in that division because, well, they'll be 2 games behind because the 2-0, the 2 teams that are 1-0, the Chargers and Raiders, play on Monday Night Football, which is also a fairly intriguing game. The Chargers are favored on the road in that one, but the winner is 2-0 and could potentially already have a 2-game advantage. And if it's the Chargers, they'll have a 2-game advantage and a win over the Chiefs early in the season. That's a great way to start your year if you're the Los Angeles Chargers.
Chiefs a little banged up after week 1. I mean, what a matchup! I if you ask me, I don't know. I wouldn't even know who to pick in this game.
I think Chicago Detroit's also an intriguing game after the Detroit Lions lost and the way the Chicago Bears lost in week 1. It's that's an interesting one as well in the NFC North.
I have the picks I'm looking at this week, and we always talk about handicapping the NFL, how difficult it really is. Do you get you do get a little bit better sense after week 1? A little bit. Tiny bit. And I saw some numbers in here that I went, oh, okay. I picked like 4 or 5 that I looked at and go, all right, if I bet, I would put money on these. But the one that I went with, I'm going to take the Cowboys laying 5.5 against the Giants. I'm looking at that going,
it's kind of a fade the Giants more than believing in the Cowboys.
Correct.
But
and the Cowboys did not look horrible in their first. Dak's healthy. I was like, yeah, that seems like
that was on the road in Philly.
Yeah, in Philly,
game 1. Yeah,
they ran the ball pretty well. So I looked at that and I went, all right, I think they can handle the Giants by at least 5.5.
You're both picking the same game.
I'm 0-1. I went with the Chiefs over the Chargers.
Injuries always make it difficult. Like, what do you expect now from the 49ers? Brock Purdy's out.
He's out.
George Kittle is out. They're in New Orleans.
They're still favored.
They're favored, though. Like, I wouldn't touch that game with a 10-foot pole right now. I'm going to go the other way, though. I'm going to take a team that lost in week 1, but is at home this week and facing a team that is coming off a very emotional victory. I think emotional victories can sometimes lead to letdowns the next week.
All right, I like where your head's at.
I'm going to go with the Jets getting 6.5 points at home against the Bills. Coming into, I thought
you're taking the Jets.
I'm taking the Jets. I thought they looked pretty decent actually in that first game against the Steelers.
See, I was thinking about that game and I was using your same logic. They looked pretty good against Pittsburgh, but it's Buffalo.
But they don't have to win. They just
and I go, when Buffalo wins
score
by 18, I'm gonna be like, you moron.
If they score some points, I think they can keep it close. Yeah, I can look like a moron on this one. But
all right,
I
it's
don't
your
know.
turn.
To me, everyone, like the odds makers, are begging you to take the Bills.
They're begging you
at 6.5. They're going like, oh yeah, we want you all to take the Bills and get that 6.5 going. Oh yeah, Bills are going to win by 7. They know something here, and I think that I'm going the other way.
Should be like a 12-point spread. It really like 11.5.
Why do the odds makers want you to take the Bills so badly in this game? Because they think the Jets are going to keep it close.
Okay, I wouldn't put my own money on it.
No.
I would not.
The biggest spread I see is 11.5 points. That is the Baltimore Ravens, 0-1, but favored at home against the Cleveland Browns, 11.5.
That might be good.
Like, they're not losing that one.
They're not.
It's just a matter of how
they play each other pretty tough. I think, if I'm not mistaken, and Joe Flacco going up against his old team. I don't know. They didn't look terrible. I may stay away from 11.5 in the NFL. I really may. College football is a different story.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. All right.
That's our football threesome
Feels
for
real
Thursday. If you're a college football fan, we'll have my sexy Saturday stinkfist lineup tomorrow for you. All this sports football talk on The Fan, presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Stream your local NFL game live every Sunday, all season long, starting at just $30 for your first year. That's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. We have some of the pitching matchups for this weekend. including today's for the Padres and the Rockies. We'll look ahead to that series, and I will also fill you in on what was making me uneasy about my trip to the dentist yesterday.
Oh, I like that.
When we come back with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, it is wildfire season in San Diego, and hey, if they're going to come, they're going to come. Nothing's going to stop it. If it gets windy, a spark lights, you know what can happen. Devastation. So SDG&E wants to make it as unlikely as possible that spark is going to hit. And that means sometimes when conditions warrant, they're going to have to call for a public safety power shutoff, Woods.
It happened to us yesterday.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, there was a fire right by our house, and it shut down traffic and everything else. But they did not have to do the power shutoff, so did not get an alert. But knowing had they would have let us know, because we have, of course, signed up for the notifications. All you have to do is go to sdge.com/notify, or just download the alerts by SDG&E app. Being prepared during an emergency is everyone's responsibility.
Right. And then once you're prepared and have your information with but once you're prepared, they'll let you know, hopefully like a day or two in advance. They'll forecast this out when they might have to shut down the power, so you can be prepared. And then when the power comes back on, let you know right away. When the power's back on, go back to your house, go back to using your appliances and everything. But you'll know because you signed up by going to sdgne.com/notify and downloading the alerts by SDG&E app.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
Minutes away from our weekly roundtable, San Diego Padres roundtable, presented commercial free by San Diego Roundtable Pizza. And I was just asking our boss Adam over the break. I had been thinking about this all year long and never asked anyone. We get hot, fresh roundtable pizza every single week. The best perk of the roundtable. Roundtable pizza doesn't generally open at 9 a.m. I said, do they someone show up early and fire up pizzas for us? And he said, yeah, there's the one right across the freeway in Terrasana, and they will open up early just to make us the pizzas. So if you're the pizza maker, thank you for that. Appreciate the early hours that they're putting in to feed us at the round table each week.
They make a special pizza for Ello. It's like the Chris Ello pizza, and it's sausage and onions, and it's good.
It's good.
My mouth's watering I can't have it because I'm going straight to my trainer. I can't have it. So I'm in the literal torture chamber knowing you guys are going to be sucking it down in there. I can't get one.
Well, I couldn't have eaten it yesterday because I was going straight to the dentist after the show for my, bi-yearly cleaning and checkup. And I mentioned this I went to the same dentist for about 25 years since I was in my teens. Dr. Mike Myers.
Yeah, baby. Here's what we'll do.
Or the
killer.
The killer. Yeah. It's funny. But then he retired, and for the last few years, I've been going to another dentist in Solana Beach.
Jason Voorhees. Dana Carvey.
No, Dr. Wallace.
Dr. Evil.
But then
Hello, Ben. Here's what we'll do.
But then he retired, so yesterday was my first visit to my new dentist.
Everyone keeps quitting on you.
Well, they're all retiring. So he turned over the practice. So same hygienist, same office, but new dentist. And I met Dr.
Freddy Krueger. Hannibal Lecter.
See what I'm going to try to remember what the name of my dentist is. Whatever it is, what unnerved me a little bit, and it shouldn't. He was a very nice guy. And things went well. They thought my oral hygiene was good. Teeth look good. I got no cavities. I'm still happy when I get no cavities.
Yeah, of course.
He's 30 years old.
Whoa, yeah. He's fresh?
Yeah, freshly minted dentist. And it's the first time I think I've ever actually gone to a doctor who wasn't at least around my age or older. I mean, of course, you grow up and your doctor's always they're
always the old guy,
the nice old person, or old woman. But then as you get older, they're sort of your contemporaries a little bit. But this is the first time I've ever been to a medical professional who was clearly more my kid's age than my own age. I'm seeing a kid.
He's not retiring anytime soon, though. That's the good news.
The positive is that I think I may have found the dentist for the rest of my life.
What's up, bro? Your teeth look sus, man. Skibbity toilet.
Dr. Garland is my new doctor.
It's teeth cleaning season.
Yeah. What's up, bro? You're not flossing, bro? Stupid kids. My
Didn't
kid
have
every
a
day.
broccoli haircut,
bro,
fortunately.
yeah, broccoli walks in. You're like,
Nah.
Post Malone in the background,
Oh,
jelly
man.
roll while you're getting your teeth cleaned. Oh my god, how'd the experience go?
It was good. It was good. They cleaned my teeth sonically, which they usually did the scrape. She did very minimal scraping. She went with like this sonic device.
What must it be like, Paulie, for this man on my left to go to the dentist, the doctor, knowing full well, never abused his body, doesn't abuse his teeth, never chewed tobacco. Like, what do you even get nervous for about going to the doctor? You should see me, Ben. Every time I go to a doctor, I'm like, here we go. This is it. Time to pay the piper for all of the abuse that you've done over the years. You just
Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had fun.
Hey, was it all worth it, bud? You just saunter in. You're like, yeah, all right, go ahead, do your worst. I mean, it is incredible.
Yeah, it went very smoothly.
And I'm sure everything does.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to the doctor, like, hey, fine. Guy never smoked, rarely drank, didn't do drugs, didn't do anything. We're now sleeping around.
And now after SDFatLoss.com, I don't even get the
Right.
You probably need to lose a little weight
cholesterol
anymore.
and all
Yeah,
that.
numbers look good right now.
JH says Ben is the opposite of Charlie Sheen.
And
yeah,
nothing of it prevents me from getting run over by a bus
that's
tomorrow.
true. I mean,
but,
that could
you know,
happen to anybody.
yeah, that
but
could happen to anybody.
A new Charlie Sheen documentary is out, by the way.
I saw that.
I haven't
saw
seen
that.
it yet.
I'm going to watch it.
Need to get to
I
it.
started the Cowboys documentary last night. It's very good.
I've heard it's phenomenal.
It's very
and I
good.
can't bring myself to pull the trigger.
It's like very good. You know who recommended it to me? Darren Smith texted me. He goes, I don't know, randomly out of the blue. He's like, "Are you watching this thing?" I go, "No."
I know he's not a big
No,
cowboy
God, no.
NFL fan. So.
He goes, I literally can't peel myself away
I thought
from
it was just going to be like a Jerry fluff piece.
And it may be. That's what Jeff Perlman said that it was. It was a H job to Jerry Jones. But to see the behind the scenes of like how it all started, I watched 15 minutes before I went to sleep last night. It's phenomenal. I think you'll love it. I really do. I mean, you know, Cowboys are a huge, huge story. And when D. Smith recommends something, I think you jump on it. We'll be talking.
There it was.
Yeah.
Glory
And
hole.
we both picked the Cowboys. In our NFL threesome.
We did.
this
And we're
week.
going to be talking to Darren Smith tomorrow. So we can ask him about it then. But it's really well done.
Maggie and Perloff would love you guys right now.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I got in the car this morning and I put on I had 97.3 The Fan on. It was on from yesterday. We were listening to the game driving home. Maggie and Perloff, I'm not joking when I say this. I started my car and it was like, anyway, LeBron's legacy is, and it was the first two words I heard. LeBron's legacy. I'm not joking. And then they were talking about Steph Curry's legacy, and I just go, how could you bring yourself to do this every single day? Every day we're in here bandying about LeBron's legacy and the Dallas Cowboys. I couldn't do it. You know, I would lose my mind. I never want to be bigger. I never want to be bigger than this. I never want to be bigger than this. I couldn't do it. What does this mean for LeBron? You know, what does this mean for Steph?
What does what mean? Like, I'm trying to think of what could they possibly have been talking about.
It was true. I wish I was rolling tape. It was the minute my car turned on, the thing pops up. LeBron's legacy.
Someone's was.
What?
If you give Paulie the time, I'm
mean,
sure
I
he can
know-
probably
I can find it.
what the
It was
5
minutes. It was an early one this morning.
What time did you get in the car?
That's a good question. Probably 4:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's check traffic. First, though, this hour on 97.3 The Fan, brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store and everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 9/13. That's 2 days from now. And save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. Look ahead to the Padres Rockies series starting tonight after traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Got a few problems wrapping up our morning drive. 2-vehicle accident on westbound 8, right at the northbound 15 connector. It's over to the right shoulder, and that coastline ride seems to be up to no good. Got this crash north 5 near Loma Santa Fe. Couple of cars involved there over to the right shoulder. Then up ahead near Carlsbad Village Drive, another crash. Looks like several vehicles involved in this one, mostly in the center divide, could be partially in that fast lane. Then up ahead near Oceanside Boulevard, accident has been cleared over the right shoulder. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, coming up tonight, game 1 of the Padres series against the Rockies. Randy Vasquez will get the start, confirmed by Mike Schilt after a very solid return to the mound in his last outing, and he'll be going up against a guy the Padres obliterated last time out, McCade Brown, the young rookie who took the mound 5 days ago.
Yeah, he's had a rough start to his Major League Baseball career, Ben. He's 0-3 with a 12.54 ERA. He's walked more than he struck out. His whip is 2.36 in a whopping 9 innings of big league success. Now, Randy pitched against the Rockies, so both teams will, and McCade Brown pitched against the Padres. So who can adjust the best, right? Who can use the information that they were able to glean in the last matchup and come out and try it. Now, again, there's one guy on the team you don't want to let get you, and that's Hunter Goodman. He's really a fantastic player, their catcher. He's a guy that you can't let beat you, because he can absolutely beat you. He's a 30 home run guy right now, and I understand plays the majority of his games at Coors Field. Still, he's got such a beautiful swing, an elite swing, and they have a really good one in Hunter Goodman.
He homered, I believe, in the loss against the Dodgers 2 days ago as well, so he stayed hot through that series. Dodgers just swept him, though. Now it's the Padres' turn. They really do have to sweep the Rockies if they want to hope to start catching up some ground, because they need to make up 4 games on the Dodgers in the final 16 days. Tomorrow, listed as Tanner Gordon, who the Padres also saw in that series against Dylan Cease. I got TBDs for Saturday and Sunday's games, although the Padres, you'd figure, now on rotation with Yu Darvish and then Michael King if they're making their regularly scheduled starts the rest of the week. Thursday, not every team in action today, but if you are doing some standings watch, the Phillies are going for a sweep of the New York Mets today. They have been dominating lately. They've pulled away. I think they're 9 games up on the Mets now. The Mets remain 3 games behind the Padres in the wild card standings for that last spot. That could change. Padres could drop to the 6th spot at some point. Then you'd be worried about the teams behind the Padres, who are the Giants and the Reds now, are both 5 games behind the Padres. Giants do not have the tiebreaker, though. Bless you, Woods.
Thank you, Jesus.
The Reds do now have the tiebreaker on the Padres because they finished 4-2 against the Padres this season. So you can't finish in a tie with the Cincinnati Reds at the end of the season. The Reds are going on to Sacramento this weekend to face the Athletics, which sounds like a good opportunity, although the Athletics have been scoring a ton of runs lately. And the San Francisco Giants, of course, are playing the LA Dodgers. So you kind of have the, all right, 6-1, half a dozen of the other here. You kind of want the Giants to beat the Dodgers so you can make up ground, but you don't want the Giants to start breathing down your neck in the rearview mirror for the wild card race. But as long as the Padres are winning, you're cheering for the Giants. If the Padres started stubbing their toe, you go, all right, Dodgers, you're going to win this division anyway. Go ahead and just end the Giants' misery here and beat them. So you don't really know who to cheer for this weekend.
Yes, I do.
You're cheering for the Giants.
Always.
Yeah. And fortunately, again, the Padres have the tiebreaker over the Giants. So that makes a bit of a difference there.
Yeah.
In the American League, you've got the Seattle Mariners won last night on a walk-off, so they remain a game and a half ahead of the Rangers
tight.
For the final playoff spot. Seattle playing the Angels tonight in that series. Texas is off today, so they'll either gain or lose a half a game in the wild card race in the American League.
Yeah, those Dodgers got right, certainly, against the Colorado Rockies, as we kind of knew they would, Ben. And you can't be the get-right gang for the Colorado Rockies, who have won a whopping 40 games and lost 106. You have to exert your will.
Now, you are missing Kyle Freeland, who pitched yesterday. So even in the 4-game series, you will not face the guy who owned you
up,
and chewed you up. I don't know if that's good or bad, but right now I'm kind of glad that they're dodging Kyle Freeland.
Yeah, man, and based on the way that they've played the last couple of weeks, it sucks that it's gotten to this point where you're like, oh, cool, like you can't stub your toe. Like this is sweeping a 4-game set is it's so hard to ask of a team. But we said it earlier off the air. Anything less than 3-1 cannot happen. You have to win 3 out of the next 4 games. And frankly, you really need to win 4.
3-1. I mean, maybe you pick up a game on the Dodgers,
maybe
half a game on the Dodgers. If you do that, but you still have a lot of work to do. Really, the only feasible path forward for a division title, I think, is now sweeping The Colorado Rockies.
Starts tonight, though.
No margin for error.
Sucks, man. How many games
How
have
many
we talked
games?
about
I
over the
know.
year where you're like, that one might come back to bite you?
Yeah, last night was a big one.
Last night was a huge one.
Let's go talk about it some more.
We'll talk about it some more. The roundtable is coming up next, commercial free. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with Ben and Woods tomorrow at 6 a.m. and one more hour of Padres talk next year on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.